Yo, yo, yo. What the deal? Remington Steel. All right, let's kick this bitch off. Rob the Barbarian coming silly with it. Appreciate you, Rob. Here, let me put the call in. Call in. Booyakasha. Book. All right, good. Good to go. D. Wayne. Insane in the membrane. What up? Norman must move up to 54. Yeah, but, he's still young. Boots Duck Norman, salute. Might have. Rob the man. I hope Marco went back and watched it in full. Watch what? Norman fight? Nope. What's up, Jesus? What's up, blood? Boots don't know what he want to do. Straight up and down. Straight up and down like 6 o'clock. Anyway. What we got going on out this bitch? Johnny gonna kick your ass. Johnny can kiss my ass. You mean he's gonna kiss it? He could kiss it. Both. Koki BX, stand up, baby. Zepeda getting that dub. Damn. Okay. And you a Boricua. You're going against your fucking peoples. Well, at least Shakur's half your peoples. Look like Thunder and Pacers going to game 7. Oh, the game's still going? So yeah, Yayin won't be in here. Pacers winning? Oh, should go to a game 7. Good. Make it a proper scrap. Make it a proper scrap. Where's Bond? Why is Norman and people saying Ennis is ducking when he is moving to a more dangerous 154? It's a great question. No answer. Shakur's Puerto Rican. Oh, damn, Koki? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué you're calling Shakur basura? ¿Por qué? Dígame. No entiendo. Porque tú. That's all I got. But sounded good, right? Sounded like I was about to flow with it, but I wasn't. You cried when Matthias lost again. Well, not really, because he's not going for Shakur, who's half Boricua. What's your height and weight? What's my height and weight? Tutti frutti. Why you want to know my height and weight? Tutti frutti. I'm just playing. What you think, Rob? What you think I am? You tell me what you think it is, and I'll tell you. See if you're right. What you think? Polanco versus Norman. That's a good one. Hey, bud. I don't know, man. You got to tell these dudes. Damn, that's pretty good. Well, I'm asking Koki. Not you. Or not Koki. Rob. You think 5'11", 170. Okay, not bad. Let's see what we got. Kalia, what's up, girl? What up, girl? Philly. You follow Gilly and Wallow? I kind of do. I know they're big Philly dudes. Okay. It's actually, well, Franklin's right. I'm like 5'11" and a half, and I'm about 165, 170. So Franklin pretty much nailed it. But I think he's heard me say that before. But you were close. You were about an inch and a half off, 15 pounds off, 20 pounds off. You were close. Yo, Marco, bug on stop. Canelo is a kid who has to hide his boxing videos on YouTube because I was honest about his technique. Damn, word. There's some past beef there. Shakur gonna beat Zepeda. Honestly, I don't think the fucking ring size matters. Yeah, you have it multiple times. Yeah. So why are you fucking giving it away? I'm asking Money Grip to yes, giving it away. I invited him to spar and he completely ducked and blocked me. Koki, let me ask you a question. Have you fought before? And if you have, give me your experience. Just sparring? Have you ever had any fights? What's your size? I mean, what's going on? Talk to me. Tio versus Norman. I don't think Tio wants to fuck with Norman. I do not think Tiafimo wants to get in there with that big, strong fucking buffalo. Do not do that. Yeah, Bud traumatized me a year ago. That's why he called me out in chat. Oh, word? Okay. You're never gonna let that go. I'm 7'1", 150. You're 7'1"? What? Oh, you're 7-1. Okay. In amateur? Norman will wait out from any Pac-Man, but unfortunately. Out of John Bach. I don't know John's Bach. That's some shit in the BX. I don't know it. I'm about to start making YouTube videos again. You should. What were your videos? I remember looking at your page once, and it wasn't boxing. It was like cosmetology or food or something. What? I remember it was not boxing though. What was it that you were doing? Amateurs. All right, bet. New York, baby. I know it's in New York. What did it do? Wave? Yayin. Is it over? Is it over, Yayin, or they're still going? They're just the lead's too big. Oh yeah, they beat the shit out of them. I told you guys, I think the Pacers might win this. Their defense is too tight. And I want them to win. Why? That makes us look good. That makes the Knicks look good because the only team that beat us were the champions. That's why, like, even though the Bulls waxed us all those years in the 90s, it made us look good because nobody could fuck with them. You know what I mean? How do we look if the team that beat us gets scraped? Well, Koki, let me explain something to you. When you come from Manhattan, money making Manhattan, you don't be knowing shit about the Bronx. You think we give a fuck about? No disrespect, Koki, but next to Staten Island, the Bronx might be the shittiest borough. I'm just saying. No disrespect, but let's be real. But quiet now. Yayin. Did you try out for Team Combat? Nah. For a fighter? I'm almost 50 years old. You got no defense? Yeah. But, he's still doing his thing. Oh. What's up, Kalia? Yeah. Who's Sasaki beat? Nobody, but, no hip-hop if there's no bro. I didn't say they're not nice with it. Big Pun's one of my favorite rappers ever. I think he's one of the greatest who ever lived. I put Big Pun top 5. BX. But we're not talking about hip-hop, my brother. We're talking about just a place where people want to fucking rest their head. BX ain't it. Y'all seen the new $20 million lawsuit against Joe that alleges? Nah, I didn't see that, but gross. Nas is from Queens. All right, we got Bud gonna beat Canelo up in here. Nas is from Queens. Yo, what's this guy talking about? What's this Koki guy talking about?
What's up, Marco? First, I want to get on. Like, I'm not a kid, nigga. You know that. And second of all, I've been cooked you, and you disappeared off YouTube for months when Matias lost because you was deriding Matias forever, and then he lost, and you disappeared for like 3 or 4 months off YouTube, and you never challenged. Oh, you got me confused. I'm in Chicago. You want to come here? We can box. And another thing you said, I cried when Haney lost to Ryan. I bet on Ryan, fool. I picked Ryan to win the fight. So what you talking about? And he cheated, so it don't count. But I still picked him to win. So you don't even know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
You from Chicago?
Yeah, I'm from Chicago, man. And you can pull up anytime here. There's plenty of people who challenge people on YouTube and boxing, but you're not about to come to Chicago. And I'm definitely not flying to New York. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here if you want the smoke, bro. We can get it on anytime. So
Damn,
you
yeah.
know what's up. I've been cooked you, and you're not gonna get on here and talk boxing. What's up? I'm right here right now. What you want to do? I'll cook you on any subject in boxing, bro. So
Well,
you talking about I disappeared? I was waiting in the background to
yeah,
get
I didn't
on.
see it till just now. Yeah, the link's there.
Yeah, yeah.
Nas is
He
from.
chatting, he writing, he typing. What's up? Get on and talk like a man. But
There
you
we
probably
go.
sound feminine as hell, so you're not gonna even get on.
Nas is Nas is from Queens, Kalia. Queens. Oh, pause. Oh, by the way, we found out who the slurper was. We found out, and wait, who's this? Is this who's pause no slurp? Yayan? Talk. Who is this? No? Nobody wants to talk?
It's all no. I was trying to. I was
Oh, it's oval?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Who's Slurp?
Alberto is Slurp. Alberto, we caught you. Yayan sent me the video where it lights up your fucking thing while the Slurp goes off. Yayan got you. He got you. What the fuck were you drinking?
Who
Marco, that
was
wasn't me.
Yo, he sent the video. It showed your fucking thing going off when the Slurp sound happened.
I think it's because dude was so pressed about it. He probably like edited it, the video.
Ah, just admit it.
No, I swear that wasn't me.
Oh,
That's
let me get this
Alberto.
one.
Oh, he was in the picture under me.
Yayan was under you, but he sent me the video, and here he could put it on here real quick. Big up to my man, the myth, the legend, Miss
Wow.
Big Rock. Let me hit you with a proper thank you.
Thank you. Come again.
$20 extra crispy 20-piece with a side of barbecue, and you know I like the hot sauce. This goes for Bud. Gonna beat Canelo. There's he's in here. This man, a Bud meat lover. Order this man a Bud meat lover's pizza. His Southpaw's cousin. He's Southpaw's cousin. I don't think he's Southpaw cousin. Southpaw and him don't sound anything alike, but okay.
Listen, man, my name gonna make sense to y'all in a matter of months. Y'all gonna see.
Okay. I mean, you don't even sound. Are you black? Right? You're not Hispanic.
Yeah, I'm black.
Yeah, you know, and Southpaw's Hispanic, so I mean,
Right.
I guess
So, you know, he just talking.
that doesn't make sense. All right. Bud hide all his boxing videos. Now he's crying on the mic. Sensitive ass. I'm not saying that word. Calling from his mother's house. Oh boy, here we go.
Say it.
You could pull up on the panel, bro. What's
Say
up?
it.
How I block you on YouTube and I can see your comments? If I blocked you, I couldn't see your comments. Goofy, you don't know that?
True that. I'm not surprised that was Alberto. He won't
What?
admit it, Clarissa, but
Marco, what's going on? Did I walk into some smoke?
yeah.
Ain't nobody
Damn.
smoke. The smoke is in her.
Koki right here has some beef with our man Bud. Gonna stop Canelo.
Oh, he's posting Addy.
Bud 2323 Haviland. He's posting his own address. Oh no, that's probably his gym.
Right.
I got the keys to the gym. There it is. Open 7 to 9. Yeah, but he's not flying from Chicago to go fucking.
Right. You calling me out, so you come to Chicago. I'm not gonna go. Come on, what I look like, bro? That's
Koki
how I know you just talking.
Koki had some fights. Have you ever had any fights?
No, I have no fights, but I go to the gym.
Okay.
I box.
What the hell is
Shadow boxing.
shadow?
Oh, yeah. This dude is still talking and typing. What? Pull up on the panel, bro. So you
Who
can
sounds
get good.
Mexican? Ain't nobody in here sounds Mexican except Alberto. What are you talking about? Bud gonna beat Canelo. All right. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Is this Oh, there's the audience. Is this?
Man, they feelings.
Yeah, he just started talking about you. I didn't even know that this was a thing.
Yeah, he disappeared though for months. He just now came back. But yeah, I feel like Duke definitely ducked Norman, man, because you know they agreed to fight next. They said they want to negotiate tomorrow, the day after the fight, and then a few days before the fight, all of a sudden he moved up to 54. But y'all wanted to fight in September, October, November. So how you can't make weight if you wanted to fight in those months? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just weird to me. That's fake to me. And he told us. Remember, Boots said, "I make weight easy. People just on the net just talking. They don't know what they're talking about. This and that and the other." He just said that after his fight, right? At post-fight press conference.
Yeah.
But now you can't make weight. So he ducked him, man. He didn't want that smoke.
I don't know, man. It is a little annoying because Norman now looks like, I mean, he could be possibly a superstar to watch. That's an exciting fella.
Yeah, he definitely proved himself today.
He did. And look, the guy wasn't top tier. Like, let's not pretend like this was some amazing, like he slayed this dragon, but still, that was impressive. So, but now there's nobody at 47. We really want to see him fight.
Right. Exactly. I think
What up?
Barrios is there, but I definitely think he beat Barrios.
What up, Chet?
They said the Japanese cat Sasaki, like he lost like 2 months of his memory. Did you guys see
What?
that? Yeah, like it was in like a Japanese article. They said dude doesn't even remember being in the fight.
A whole
Wow.
2 months?
That he can't remember anything from like 2 months ago. Like that's his last memories from like 2 months ago.
Well, so I know a concussion will do that, but I think just temporarily.
Damn, that's messed up.
A
He
concussion will
watched
do
him.
that. I had a friend who had a concussion. The motherfucker forgot the whole day he was concussed, but not 2 months.
That's crazy.
Wow. E-Rock, appreciate you. Oh, let me hit you with the bomb, because that's bomb worthy. Norman ducked boots twice. Relax. Get your facts right. Damn. Who's he talking to you?
Yeah, I guess he's talking to me, but you know, if they agreed to fight next, why did Boots move up? You know what I'm saying? There's no
Mhm.
excuse for that.
Yeah.
There's no way out of that.
Where's our federal holiday? We have no federal holiday.
And Marco, you think Boots is a duck, right? Like he don't want smoke with Norman now that shit's getting hot, and then he don't want to mix it up with Virgil
I don't see.
Or Tio.
I'm different, right? I
or
don't look
Tio.
at any fighter being a duck. The closest I would say Canelo did duck Benavidez badly, but
Facts.
he had a career of fighting everybody and their mother before that. So I give him a pass.
Yeah.
Although it's upsetting as fight fans, we don't get to see it. I give him a pass. These guys aren't scared of each other. Like anybody who's a fighter knows that. You're not scared. There's business decisions that come into play. There's people whose managers are in their ears, promoters in their ears. You know what I mean? That comes into play. And then all this bullshit ego shit that I think Floyd brought to the game. Like, oh, you're not going to negotiations. You're not going to let me walk out first. Fuck you. I'm the A side. I'm not fighting you. All that shit happens. But them being scared of each other? Nah, you're not in this. If you're in this sport as a professional, as a high level champion level professional, you're not scared.
You can't say that, Marco.
I
I
just
think,
did. Why
yeah,
not?
I think
But
some people be scared, man.
Who?
exactly.
Okay, you know what? Riddick Bowe seemed a little scared of Lennox Lewis. I'll give you that. But generally,
Yeah,
Look at
yeah.
look at all those old tapes of Tyson. Those guys were scared of
they
him.
fought him. I'm talking about avoiding them because they're scared and avoiding them because of the fear. I'm not talking about you get in the ring. That's human nature. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Everybody's scared. Some people turn it to anger. Some people turn it to confidence. Everybody has those butterflies. So we're talking about avoiding a fighter, not having the natural fear,
I
emotion of
think
fear that we all
Joshua
have.
was scared of Wilder before he got beat by Fury.
Mm. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't think dudes get scared.
Like the ladder that walked out the ring with Mike.
Which one?
Was it Galata?
Oh
He
yeah,
quit.
yeah.
He quit.
That was the ladder.
Yeah.
But at least he got in the motherfucker.
He got
We're
in there,
talking
though.
about completely avoiding the fight because you're so scared.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
I think Tio's scared of Keyshawn. To be honest.
Nah, I don't think so. What's up, Yayan? Your boys won? He's quiet. Nah, man, they ain't scared of each other. These guys are like, they've been fighting since they're like, that's like second nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, people get fight or flight responses who are normal people. Like, most of you guys here who aren't fighters, right? That's normal. But dudes who picture if you've been training your fight or flight response since you're 6-7 years old. It's different. You might get little butterflies, but you're not going to be like, I don't get scared in the ring at all. Sometimes I'm like worried I might get embarrassed. Like there's that.
That's what I was gonna say. I think people don't want to get embarrassed. They don't want to get knocked out and be all over social media. That's where I think a lot of the fear comes from.
Yeah, Tank said that.
That's interesting. Yeah, because back in the day, the social media thing wasn't even a piece of the puzzle. You didn't have to worry about it being plastered.
It's gonna be everywhere the next day. You've been talking all this smack and then lose. It's like. And you get knocked out too, that's even worse. So I feel like a lot of fighters be fearing that, so they don't take certain fights.
You know what? Maybe. I can't even. Maybe. Yeah, you might be right because people really read these comments. They really take them seriously. Yeah, you could be right. Somebody has background noise. I think it might be Oval. Let me see. Yeah, it was you, Oval. Oh no, it's not you.
Oh.
It wasn't you. Some. Let me see if it's hello, hello, hello. Yeah, it was you, bud. You're getting background feedback, so just unmute yourself when you want to talk.
Hey, let me ask you a question, Marco.
What's up?
I'll leave and come back.
On the panel.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I am trying to articulate it. I don't know. I can't think of what it's called in the NFL. The AZT. Oh, it affects their mind.
Oh, CTE. Yeah.
CTE.
Yeah. Has that ever happened to a boxer?
All the time. That's it. Boxers are the primary fucking candidates for that.
Why wouldn't we read about it? But they don't go shell and kill their kids and their wife and do all this crazy stuff.
Well, I think it presents itself in different ways. I know a bunch of fighters with CTE, and CTE, and then yeah, you're still getting feedback. I think you're I'm talking to Bud. When we're talking, it's hearing it and it's feeding it back to us. So you just keep yourself muted when you're not talking. That's all.
Okay.
It affects people differently. I know numerous fighters with with CTE, and some people lose their memory. Some people, forget shit. Some people slur their words. Some people have physical, like fucking, they limp. Like James Toney, not only does he have slurred words, but when he walks, sometimes he kind of like misses a step as he walks. But his memory, and I know him personally, right? I've talked to him. His memory is immaculate. He remembers everything. When my other friend, former heavyweight named Jeremy Williams, speaks great physical condition, but his short-term memory is done. Like he has to write himself notes, like done. So it affects everybody differently. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Yeah.
You got a cut today or something.
What happened?
I said you got a haircut.
Yeah. I buzzed down my Fred Sanford.
Yeah.
It was the George Jefferson look wasn't working for me.
Yeah, you got that. You got that bizarro Jason Statham.
James Toney got a bad case of CTE.
Is it and that's the thing, like is it CTE or is it pugilista dementia or punch drunk? It's called pugilista dementia, I believe, is the medical term for it, which just means losing motor skills or speech skills or whatever due from repeated head trauma from boxing.
Yeah,
Fernando Vargas.
Would it be there?
Fernando, for sure. I think, yep, you're absolutely right. Alberto, he has it. His isn't too bad, but it's there. His is like a slur,
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if he has memory issues. He might, we don't know. Riddick Bowe is awful. Riddick Bowe, I have a video on it. Riddick Bowe, you can literally, it's the only time I've ever seen this. You can trace his punch. They call it punch drunk. Let's just call it punch drunk. His punch drunkdom to one fight. And it was the second fight against Andrew Galata. He's interviewed before that fight. The HBO did a whole thing. He's speaking clearly. I did a video on it. I should fucking find it. And then right after the fight, he's being interviewed and he's slurring so dramatically. Andrew Galata beat him into fucking being punch drunk, which is crazy. Wow. And then remember, Galata was hitting him in the nuts, but that proves that he was hitting him in the head a lot too.
Pause. Tommy Hearns got it too.
Tommy Hearns is bad. Yeah. Tommy Hearns is bad.
Well,
you know who has it too? Unfortunately, you guys remember Junior Jones? No, nobody.
Roy?
Junior Jones.
Oh, okay.
He knocked out Alberta. You might remember him, but not in a good way. He knocked out one year. He was the first guy to knock out your fucking country's stallion, Marco Antonio Barrera. That was the first loss Barrera had. Junior Jones upset him, knocked him out.
I didn't see that one.
Ain't Roy Jr. though? Ain't
What's that?
Ain't Roy Jr. though?
Roy Jones, yeah. That's why it's called Roy Jones. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, I get what you're saying. Junior Jones, his real name is Ivy. He hates it. His parents named him Ivy, and he's a dude from Brooklyn with the name Ivy. He was like,
that's a woman there.
That's why I started boxing. He's like, they fucking named me Ivy. He hates it. So they just named him Junior Jones instead because he didn't want to be called Ivy. But they called him Poison Junior Jones because of Poison Ivy. So, but nobody knew it was Ivy. They just would call him Poison Junior Jones, which actually sounds pretty dope. He was a great fighter, but and I'm cool with him. Like I know him personally as well. I see him at all the events because he still lives in New York. His speech is affected, unfortunately, too.
You seen Roy and Ward talking about if they would have fought
I
in the ring?
did. I did. And I love how Roy was honest. Like he was like, you were smart. You weren't the most athletic guy, but you were smart. I love that. I was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
you know what I
definitely
mean?
think Roy would have beat him prime for prime though.
Roy would have fucked him up. Matter of fact, thank you for the bounce pass.
Y'all must have
For sure.
forgot.
Yeah,
I
he
say
would have.
knockout, Marco.
Yeah, he would have fucked. No, and man, who could have fucked with Roy at light heavyweight or at super middleweight in history?
Yeah, Roy was the best. He should have quit while he was ahead though, but he's still a legend, man.
That's what he told me,
He
man.
was Trinidad.
He told you that?
He told me. I asked him. I go, "Yo, what's one of your biggest regrets now?" This was like maybe 2 years ago. I've interviewed him a bunch of times. Like I know him as well. But he said I should have retired after my first fight with Tarver. He's like, when I see now how everybody talks about me, I should have just walked away.
Yep.
I'm like, I think he should have walked away after winning the heavyweight crown. Like, what more of a picture book, beautiful fairy tale ending is that? Win the heavyweight championship, walk off virtually undefeated. He has that one disqualification, but
he stopped him in the first round afterwards. But didn't he
did?
beat Tarver the first time?
Yeah, he beat him. It was close, but he definitely beat him. But he was done, drained. He was all fucked up from going back down in weight.
Yeah,
And
he should have retired after that fight.
should have. But that's
He needed.
what made Roy such a great fighter is also what brought on his demise. Competition, his competitive spirit. He just couldn't fucking stop. He couldn't.
Yeah.
Like people think, this guy could beat me. They think I'm washed up. I'm gonna show him. It's like, that old cliche, Father Time always wins.
Yeah.
I think he needed money because he was going to Russia to get knocked out towards the end.
Alberto, you watch your filthy mouth. That is untrue. Nah, he didn't need money. He was going to Russia because they treated him in Russia. He was like, he was like, I walk around Russia. It's like 1998 again. Everybody knows me. They fucking show me mad love. He just loves it there for that reason. Yeah,
I can understand that.
word up. Berlanga would have had a great loss to Roy.
I heard Hamza Shiraz denied the 18-by-18 ring.
He denied it.
Yeah, he said he don't want it.
I think he's gonna fuck Berlanga up. What do you guys think?
I think
Nah.
Berlanga's gonna stop him, man.
Nah. What about the rest of you?
What you say?
What about the rest of you guys? What do you think? Berlanga versus Shiraz.
I think Berlanga by knockout, Marco. Those packy dudes, they don't be having a chin. Like Amir Khan didn't have a chin.
K9,
Dude,
what up? What up, big dog? So you said the packy dudes don't be having a chin? Shiraz
Yeah.
isn't Pakistani, is he?
Yeah, he is.
You sure?
He's like Amir Khan. They're like from the same country.
Well, it'd be Pakistan. I thought he was Middle Eastern, but I mean it's a Muslim name. So okay. I don't. I'm not going to subscribe to that. Pakistani dudes don't have chins because we really don't have. First of all, it's impossible for one race not to have a chin as a race. Secondly, that's just impossible. It doesn't work that way. But secondly, what other Pakistani fighters have there been besides Amir Khan that we could even fucking compare to? None.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
It's an Indian dude. The dude Gavin. I guess him. He just started though, but he's a good fighter.
Tarver, Roy, Holy on Juice. Yeah, well, keep up the good work. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. K9, former pro. The British race don't have chins. Danny, come on. That's ridiculous. Khan ruined it. Yeah, Khan's chin was that bad. He soiled his whole race's chin.
But Marco, I think certain races do have like a better chin. Like I'm not trying to be biased, but I feel like the Mexican chin is like an elite chin. They be eating them shots.
I will agree. That Mexicans tend to have the best chins. But look, if we think about the best chins in boxing history, right? Off Jump Street, Marvin Hagler comes to mind. George Chuvalo, a fucking white guy, he comes to mind. Who else are we talking about here? You got guys like Foreman, who never. The only time he went down, he went down against Ernie Shape, Ron Lyle, but he never really went down in general. Like when Ali knocked him out, that was sheer exhaustion more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Canelo. Well, Canelo and Triple G, great chins. So far, it's just one
Mhm.
Mexican. Who else we got? I mean, guys like no, you're right though. Guys like Jose Luis Castillo took mad.
De La Hoya.
De La Hoya had a great chin. That's a
I mean,
fact.
I guess you get to see it more because of their fighting style. So you get to see them withstand more hits to the chin.
They
You
put
know?
themselves in harm's way. Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a test. Like somebody like Purnell might have had a great chin. He just had to prove it.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean Floyd has what? Floyd got hit
He
with
got
some
buckled.
good shots.
Yeah, Floyd definitely got a
He
chance.
got buckled, but if you
Mhm.
look at that, Shane Mosley's the only one to really buckle him, right? And the first time was a good shot, but the second shot
Maidana.
he didn't buckle him.
No, but he ate it.
Hey,
Mosley blew Floyd's knees out like he was playing 20 seasons on the Lakers, right? Temporarily, but right after he was fine. You saw his eyes weren't glassy. He was holding. He was good, and that was one of those, that classic tale of like the ones you don't see get you. And then he adjusted. I've been in there. Some guys will just be faster than you anticipate. They'll land a couple, but then you adjust. You're like, okay, so now my reaction time has to be a fraction of a second, a little quicker because this guy's a little faster than I thought. Tank does have a good chin.
Adrian Broner got a chance too, for sure.
Yeah, I guess he does. He kept getting up. That's true. Shane Mosley has a great chin.
Sean Porter.
Yeah.
Hey,
Zab.
Floyd got wobbled by Chop Chop.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Yeah, you're right. Chop Chop might have been worse than what was worse, the Chop Chop shot or the first shot that Mosley hit him with?
Ain't Chop Chop the one where he said shut up and fight?
He says stop crying.
Stop crying and fight.
Stop
Yeah.
crying and fight.
Come on, man. That ain't do nothing to Floyd.
Nah, I didn't do shit. Oh, my man Fred Ali. Okay, Fred. Tia Fred came in and talks about Muhammad Ali immediately.
Yeah, Ali definitely had a chance.
Ali went down. What? That white boy, what the fuck's his name? Henry Cooper knocked him down. And Frazier. Is that it, Fred? Am I missing anybody other knockdowns too? And considering he absorbed punches as part of his strategy,
Yeah,
that's really impressive to only go down twice.
I think the Frazier fights is what started Ali CTE too. Those fights.
Well, Ali had Parkinson's, so they say that would have come on no matter what, but they do say the head trauma just accelerated it, made it come on earlier and stronger.
Okay.
And Marco, there's feedback. I don't know if the other people could hear
Yeah,
it.
I hear it too. Let me see. It's not Canelo. It's
Julio Cesar
Oval.
Chavez.
Yeah, I think it's over. Yeah, Oval. Unmute yourself when you want to talk because you're giving feedback. Yeah, man. Those were some good. But I think Hagler went down once technically, but I played the clip for you guys. He got hit in the back of the head with the dude's forearm. I wouldn't call it a punch.
Yeah, Hagler, he definitely up there. One of the best chins.
Chavez too, man. Chavez only who dropped Chavez? A matter of fact, fuck this. Let's do this. There's a quick trivia question. Only 2 men dropped Chavez. I want you to name both men who dropped Chavez. I'll give you 10 seconds. Put it in the chat.
Roger Mayweather. Oh.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nobody got it. Nope. Not De La Hoya. It was Frankie Randall and Costa Zoo. Those are the only 2 to ever knock down Julio Cesar Chavez.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Marco, you should do like black trivia. I think today's Juneteenth, right?
We don't see race in this room. We're all pugilistic brothers. Unless they want me to do it, then I'll do it. I don't care.
I don't even celebrate Juneteenth. I don't even know what it is.
Is that like Cinco de Mayo for Mexicans? We don't celebrate that either.
Isn't it? Yeah, I didn't know what it was either. It's like relatively. What's the actual definition of Juneteenth? Celebrating.
I don't know.
I'm getting ready to tell you. Listen,
I think it's the day the slaves got freed, if I'm
Yes.
not mistaken.
I think that's correct.
when the Emancipation Proclamation was signed and the federal government freed the slaves, there were certain pockets in Louisiana and Texas that did not hear the news. it wasn't the whole state of Texas like people have made it out to be. It
Right.
was certain pockets in that South in Texas and Louisiana and maybe Arkansas or whatever. And they
So-
got the news maybe 2 years after slavery.
Jesus. So
And
they
it-
were sitting there going through all that shit for 2 extra years?
Yeah.
Damn.
And
Well,
when they got the news, it was the 19th of June in 1860.
man, that should be a celebration. I mean, that should definitely be something to be like celebrated. I think that's good. That's good. Yeah, I didn't.
Exactly.
What Clarissa said, I didn't hear about it until 2 or 3 years ago either.
Right, it just came out like 2 or
It's a
3
weird
years.
name too. Why are you calling it
That's good.
Juneteenth? Shouldn't they call it something a little more like on the nose?
Yeah, it's nonsense, man. Nobody. It's places like closing today because of that.
It's
That's
federal.
weird.
A federal. That means banks and
Really, but you
schools.
have to realize those slaves back then, they couldn't read or write. You know, they.
Yeah, but it's. I think it's for people today. Is the point of it?
Yeah, but it's that culture.
Yeah,
Look at yeah.
I'm black and I don't give 3 fucks about it.
I
Okay.
thought Wavy was Puerto Rican.
Well, you know what?
Wavy's a black dude with nice waves.
Now I tell you, well, he's like Joe Biden. He voted for Joe Biden because he wanted to be black.
Word. Velizar, kako stava? My man, my Bulgarian brother. You guys didn't know I spit a little Bulgarian? Now you do. Useless language, by the way. No disrespect to you, Velizar, but in America, me being bilingual, knowing that language is fucking useless. But no, it is. But New York City. Anybody who's grew up in New York City, I don't think we have any New York City people in here right now. Fred, well, he's from Long Island, but same shit. But in New York City, you hear every race, every like there's so many people, right? There's so many and tourists, and you have all countries. I mean, it's the biggest melting pot I think in the world. And I could count on my hands the amount of time I've heard random people speak in Bulgarian. You fucking hear Guyanese more. You hear East Timor language, like Indonesian more. It's such a useless language for me. But one thing it did do, when you speak another language, it helps you understand languages a little better in general. Those who speak Spanish probably know that. And I understand like Russian and some of the sister languages, Slavic languages. All
like phonetically, or what do you mean it helps you?
I understand because, like, for example, when you hear Italian, right? Since you speak Spanish, you probably understand some Italian, correct?
Yeah, there's a little overlay. Yeah,
Same
for sure.
thing. Same thing when I hear Russian or when I hear Yugoslavian. Same exact kind of concept because they're Slavic, whereas like, your Spanish is Latin. So, yeah.
You're Bulgarian?
Yeah, my mother's from Bulgaria, off the boat. Off the boat, immigrant. I'm first generation. What's up, Shane? Oh, hold on. I got to give Shane a proper introduction.
It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
That's my man, Shane. There are more languages spoken in Queens than any other place in the world. Is that a fact, Fred? That makes sense.
No.
Oh, that's what. Let me tell you, Fred's a close friend of mine. I've known since I was young. He usually doesn't talk unless he knows what he's talking about. Like, this is some shit I think he's read. So I believe him because he usually doesn't spit out shit he's not sure about. But you could state your case if you believe he's not right.
I don't know.
He said, maybe. Shane in the building. Mark, or Bulgarian women? No, that's another thing. Like, no disrespect to my mother was actually beautiful, but Bulgarian women, nah.
What happened to you?
I'm a handsome fellow. What you talking about? What you talking about? Like, let me show you guys. This is my mom. This is my mom and my pop when they were, I don't even know when they first met. That's my mom, obviously, to the right, and my dad. So,
Oh wow, yeah, she looked good.
Hey,
chill out.
You look like your dad, all right.
I think I look more like my mother.
Shit.
No, you look like your dad.
Oh, fuck.
Nah.
Really?
Your mom look good though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good with that as long as you're saying it respectfully. Yeah,
Be respectful.
She was beautiful. She
You
was.
look like your dad.
You think I look like my dad?
You don't look like your mama.
I think I mean, I don't know.
You know
Oh.
what? Sometimes we can see things in people that other people can't see.
Right. That's
We
true.
just, and we just don't see you and your mom. That's all.
Right. No, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Facts, TCP.
Facts on facts. Yeah, so like my mom was beautiful, but generally with my experience with Bulgarian women, no. No. They're not new. They're like they have mustaches. I'm not even trying to be funny. They get a lot of mustaches and Bulgarian women traditionally have big boobs but flat asses. And like me, I'd rather have a flat chest than a flat ass. I can't. That's me personally.
So your
What
mom was Bulgarian or what?
Yeah, from off the boat, born and raised. Yeah, she met my dad was American. My mother is
I
Bulgarian.
thought you were Ukrainian this whole time, Marco.
My father was from Queens, right? But his grandparents were from Ukraine. So by blood, my father's Ukrainian. But as I tell you guys, I have no tie to the Ukrainian culture. I don't speak it. I don't never Bulgaria though. I used to go to Bulgaria every summer. I speak the language. I got family. I know the culture. There was a Bulgarian community in Hell's Kitchen or in New York City. So I consider myself like Bulgarian American. But DNA wise, yeah, I'm half Lomachenko and Usyk.
Marco, Vlog said pull up the video he sent on X.
What did he say?
Pull up the video he sent you on X.
When did he send me a video? Yo, Vlogs, can't you hit me on I told you, hit me on IG. I don't really check X like that. All right, let me see. You sent me a video. Let's see.
Hey, Marco, is Yeon on the panel?
Yayan. Yes, he is.
Why is dude in the comments? Like, I think he said something to me in the comments earlier.
Yayan did?
Yeah.
Oh, we were talking about how he caught you slurping. All right.
Yeah, that's the video I think he sent
Let me
probably.
pull up what this guy's trying to show me here. Okay, here we go. I don't know what this is, but let me put that. Hold on.
Didn't mean no running. You know what I mean? I didn't mean no running. You know what I mean? I perfectly understand that. Shut the fuck up, Bill Ain't. Shut the fuck up.
You know what it is?
And
Hey, he got his son though. His son though.
LR9 blog says somebody please order solid as a Devin Haney meat lovers burrito. Oh my God. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
You know what it is?
I ain't gonna take it there with solid.
Yo también vamos.
I don't know what the fuck that was, but
what was the point of that, Vlogs?
I think him just showing us that he applies his meat lovers, his special. He has two classic sayings in the community. We got to be honest, right? Meat lovers, and then of course that's your king. So I think he's just trying to show us how he applies it elsewhere. That'd be
I already cooked that dude, Marco.
Black men usually like white women on father's side from 250 pounds.
Fatter.
Clarissa she's Hispanic, but she's an Afro-Hispanic, I think she called herself, right? So she's allowed to make racial jokes, for those of you who don't know. Just saying. There's Yayan. Old samurai Yayan.
Damn.
God, think that was before when it's all big booties. Yeah, I don't know, man. Shouts out IBFP. What the fuck's that mean? Oh, shouts out? What the fuck's he saying?
Dude is a Canelo meat lover.
Who is?
IBFP.
Who is that?
YouTuber.
A dude on YouTube.
Is that who Vlogs was just in the room with?
Yeah.
Who, I don't know if that was him or not. He weird though, man.
There's a lot of channels here that and the channels get more views than me because so people obviously like it and they're doing something right, but all they do is scream at each other and fucking rage bait and
like people they go with narratives like Canelo got a lot of fans, so he just blazed Canelo all the time, man. People are drawn to that because that's what they want to hear. They want to hear about their favorite fighter. So I feel like people just do that just for the views,
Oh, okay. Look at this. I'm gonna pull this up even though it's fucking foul. Look what he said.
Wow, that's weird. That's super weird.
And he's mistaking it. I did that to his mom's. He's got it twisted. That's the problem. But what are you gonna do?
That dude has his profile photo. He was proud of that.
Nah, that's he came in here before that. He's pretending to be somebody.
He pretended to be Piper Williams, the battle rap dude. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, I didn't know who that was, but yeah, so we know it's not his photo. It's actually he's pretending. I don't understand the point of pretending to be a battle rap guy in a boxing room, but okay.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do. Bet they were under.
on all the boxing channels, bro. That's what I do. I love boxing, so
We all do.
That's not an insult to me.
That's why we're here, right?
Yeah.
Why isn't the dude getting on the panel, Marco, if he got this friction with Bud?
Right, that's what I said.
He doesn't want
to type.
He doesn't want to. I don't even think he's here. Oh, he's still here. He doesn't want to. I don't know. Permanently ban that man. Yeah, guys, moderators, take care of it. Por favor.
Yeah, dude, creepy. That's weird. That's weird to even play around and say.
That is, right? Like the fuck?
Yeah, that's the biggest pause in the universe.
That's beyond a pause. That's just fucking strange. He was in here yesterday saying some. Look at this guy. So it's the same person. Look at this guy now. He has Devin Haney dressed in drag. He's actually funny. This guy. It might be the same person.
Wow, these people are crazy.
Ryan destroyed my confidence. That's why I fought Ramirez the way I did. This guy's funny.
He's not lying though.
Well, maybe. This guy's at least funny. The other guy saying gay shit about me is just fucking weird. It is funny. Show them what I sent you. Oh, I already told them about Yayan's talking about where we caught you red-handed, Alberto, slurping.
Bro, the dude edited the video.
Oh, Yayan. Yo, you should be a lawyer, Alberto. You're actually decent at it, at spinning shit. That's pretty good. Because it's like there is plausible deniability. Like we know that didn't happen. We know it was you, but we don't know for sure. He could have.
Why didn't he point that out the day it happened?
He did. He just grabbed the video. He went back after the talk last night because you kept denying it, and people were accusing him because it was one of you two. So he was like trying to clear his name. So he went back and watched the video probably carefully and pulled it.
So he clipped it.
He clipped it. Yeah, he clipped that portion carefully.
But Marco, you can't you can't take into consideration Oval Office. Like it was like a lineup. He already pointed him out. Like dude's already guilty.
I don't know, man. I don't think it's Yayan. I'm telling you, I don't think it's Yayan. I think
if we say the mic was moving there, I don't know. I think we got the answer.
Dude, I'm telling you who it was. It was the guy in the red box that was under me.
Exactly.
Flirt.
I got two vids. I don't know. Alberto still has the straw. I really hope, Clarissa, why don't you call in? Like, damn, we want to hear some of these gems live. And I'll make sure everybody's respectful. You know what I mean? I'll pick anybody out who says anything stupid.
I don't think she's a woman, Marco.
Nah, she called in with her friend and said your name. Did you ever hear it?
No, I don't think I was here for that one.
Yeah, she called in. She was at work. It was two girls' voices, and she said something. She goes, "I'm gonna call in." She kind of warned us. She goes, "Give me a second. I'm at work."
She at work right now, she said.
She is. And then she called in, and you heard two female voices say, "Alberto, stop being a pussy and get on the mic or get on the cam." That's what they both said. Now
that's crazy.
Yeah, and we heard her voice. I didn't know which one was her, but
Alberto cooler on the panel than he is in the chat.
Really, right? Alberto's mad cool on the panel.
Yeah.
Let's not forget what Alberto said last night. He should be the number one suspect.
What's he talking about?
Yayan, refresh the memory. What did he say? Yeah, you said something, and we were all like, something something about a nice mouth.
Paul, Marco, I did not say no.
Yes,
shit like
you did. Yayan,
you
what was it?
Smut on my name.
No, you said that, and I remember I was fucking with you, and you were like, "Marco, don't be childish." You don't remember that?
Put the tape up. Put the tape up.
Yo, Alberto, I don't know if you're in school or what, but you should try to be a lawyer because I think that'd be good for you. I think you do a great job. I'm not even kidding. It doesn't sound like that when you're. Oh yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's what he said?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. Yeah. Then you flipped it like, well, when it's being done to me, that's what I don't hear. But that's what you first said.
No, I meant no. I had misspoke. Like if that's true, which I'm not sure if that is like 100% true. I meant to say like when I'm getting like domed off, that's not what I hear.
I know what you meant. Look, I know what you meant, but it sounded very funny. He's a spin artist. Yeah, he's good. No, see, he's a smart guy. You got to be smart to be able to flip shit. You know what I mean? That's one thing I'll say about Ness. He's a smart guy because he can flip shit. I mean, even though some of it's like silly to me, but He's good at flipping shit. He def said that. Wow. Yeah. What up, Tone? Yo, guys, let's not forget. We have these Marvin Hagler vintage gloves for raffle. I'll put them close. Croy Don 245, officially licensed Marvin Hagler product, which is the only one, I believe, ever released under his name. These are from 1981, literal vintage shits. I don't think they've been used at all for raffle. You guys know the deal. If you want to enter, Cash App or the PayPal email address, 10 bones, and say Marvin Hagler. I need to know what you guys talk about. There he is. The man, the myth, the legend. E-Rock.
What's going on?
What's cracking?
I heard Alberto cooked me. When was that?
When did he cook you?
I don't know.
Who told you he cooked you?
Like 2 months ago, Marco, remember he was talking about he don't like Benavides, and then he ended up saying, yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Burger Vitas.
How did you cook me?
Marco, we know. I already cooked
Bro,
this dude.
you can't even show your face. That's crazy.
That's true. But he will once
Come on,
Zepeda
man.
loses. If Zepeda loses, because it is boxing, you never know.
Didn't he lose $200, Marco, to CJ?
I believe so. Yeah, what fight was that for? I forgot what fight it was for.
It was Teñones.
Oh, right. Boy,
Yeah,
All this dude just takes L's on this channel.
Boy was slurping and burping, and he's spicy. but
why don't he talk, Marco? If he's on the panel, why is dude texting?
Who?
Yayan.
Oh,
I thought you
Yayan,
said he's on the panel.
That's what he's been doing lately. Maybe he's at work. I don't know.
I think
Star
dude
Lion,
has like social anxiety.
I agree with you, Star Lion. Yeah, maybe he does. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, they haven't. I mean, I think that's tradition. They have a little dinner, but
I was around them, like as you guys know the story. I was around them during one of the Ring magazine shoots, and yeah, they were cool. Like they weren't like sitting next to each other talking and laughing, and it was just a kind of a boom, a little talk. Matter of fact, at one point they were talking, and Shaq saw it, and he yelled over, "Break it up, like joking around because he knew they were going to fight. But like, why do you have to be trying to rip each other's heads off to have a good fight?
I don't like that, Marco.
It's not necessary.
I think they're setting up a play. Like they're probably like, we're not gonna do each other bad. Let's just walk away with the bag.
I just heard that rumor too. Bud not that type of person, man. I think it's gonna heat up though during the press conferences. I think they're gonna clash a little bit. It's gonna be respectful, but something might set it off. Because both of them are like they're not really shit talkers, but if you spark it, then they both do their thing. You know what I'm saying? Bud and Canelo, they'll get into it, but it's got to be something to set it off. So maybe a question or something will make them,
Yeah, that's true.
turn up.
Yo, I'm a little jealous that it's still sunlight in California, where E-Rock's at, because it is dark as fuck. How's it still light over there?
It's only 8:47, Marco.
Yeah, doesn't it start getting dark around 8:40? Like that's when it should be getting dark.
Not till like 9.
Yeah, like 9.
Fuck. It'll be dark by 9:30.
I thought he was in Hawaii, like across. I'm like, where is this guy?
It doesn't get dark down here where I'm at till like 9 o'clock.
Well, I guess it's just an East Coast thing.
Come out to Cali, Marco.
What's that?
I'm in North Carolina.
Nah, I can't do Cali. We might move though, man.
38, it get dark here.
Once I get this business sold, we were just talking about it, man. I wouldn't mind Florida. Like, I can't fuck with these winters anymore. Like, what are we doing here? You guys never grew up. Half of you guys, let me see, everybody in here. Yayan knows winter better than anybody. That shit is probably brutal in Indiana. North Carolina, yeah, the rest of you guys don't really know fucking winters.
Yeah, I'm in Chicago, so.
Oh, right. Never mind.
I mean, that's the Midwest, though.
Say that again?
That's the Midwest,
I guess
I think Chicago is worse, though.
Well, the wind.
It could be hot one day for shorts, and then the next day be snowing.
Get that lakefront
Yeah, that's a
stuff.
fact.
I might move to Texas, Clarissa. Maybe then, all this progressive shit out here is insane. My son getting in all this bullshit trouble. It's I don't know.
Chicago is beautiful in the summer.
I mean, everything's beautiful in the summer, right?
But Chicago, yeah, but I've been to every major city in the U.S. mostly, but Chicago is just, and the people are friendly.
I mean, I'll say one thing. Like where I'm at in Connecticut now, it is beautiful in the summer. Like the shit is, it is, but like I miss that city. I don't know. I don't know. I miss it. I miss the city life. Like this is some shit I wouldn't mind doing on weekends, not all fucking year long. Savannah in the summer. Yeah, I mean California is like. Wait, so you got, but Iraq, you're in northern, right?
Yeah,
So that's not
Vacaville.
as good a weather as southern, right? It gets a little colder.
Yeah,
They get hella hot up there, Marco. Like it's like a desert up there. They get to like 110.
In northern?
Yeah,
But they get way colder than you do.
it's colder over here too.
it's because they're by the water.
Yeah, like you're near it. You're in like LA area, right?
Where you
Yeah.
from, Alberto?
LA area.
Hmm. Are you really gonna come down here or no?
You mean up?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, next month. But me and Dude are good, so ain't
Where
no
you
need
going
for all that.
Why are you going there?
It was never that serious, bro. Relax.
What are you going there for?
Just personal reasons.
You are
What's the next fight card
stealthy.
coming up?
You can get a 2-story, 3-bedroom for 100. Wow. I'm telling you guys, my goal, right, is to build this shit, all of it, and make this money from this. And it doesn't matter where I live. And I
Get a
might
house in Mexico, Marco.
not chill. I don't even speak Spanish. The fuck am I gonna do in Mexico? If anything, Bulgaria, man. The dollar in Bulgaria is super strong, but I wouldn't do that either because I'm not gonna raise my kids.
Y'all got to get rude awakenings out here too, man. He talking crazy.
And you see
look at the picture he got.
That's Bill Haney kissing. I don't know if you know what BFTB is, but that's and that's
Yeah,
a
I
really
know
good
that.
Photoshop job. Like that's talent.
I thought that was Fanon.
Nah, it's BFTB. I know BF, but like that's my boy. Actually, BF's a good dude. Like you don't want to piss him off because he loses his fucking mind, but he's a good dude.
He owed me $700, man.
Who?
BFTB.
For what?
For the Spence fight.
He didn't pay you?
Nah, we bet when Sean Porter was fighting Bud, we bet 500 for I bet 500 on Porter for the stoppage, and I bet 700 on Spence for the stoppage. So he paid me the 500 for Porter, but when Spence lost, he didn't pay me. You know,
Why?
I guess he was in his feelings. I don't know. And he said, because he said before the fight, he not paying none of you dudes, niggas owe me money, this and that, so I'm not paying nobody. But I got on the panel, I'm like, is our bet still good? He like, yeah. I'm like, he said, I'm not paying none of them, but our bet is still good. So,
But
so
but he paid you the 500.
Yeah, he paid me the 500 for Porter, but not the 700.
Porter versus who?
Bud.
Oh, so he just was betting on Bud to lose against everybody.
Yeah.
Or no, the other way around.
Yeah, he thought Bud was gonna lose, and I said Bud was gonna stop both of them. So
damn,
he didn't pay me the 700.
Damn,
a lot of cats lost money on that Bud and Earl fight.
I mean,
know.
Yeah.
Can we think of a mega matchup that was appearing to be as even as that one that went so far left, like where it was so dominant? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a match where it was 50-50, basically nobody knew who was going to win, but it ended up actually being so one-sided. Like what other mega fight has been like that?
Right. We was lucky to live through this generation to see that fight. You know, that's like one of the biggest fights and the best outcomes ever. Like that was a legendary
honestly,
fight.
I didn't like it because it was like, do you guys agree? Like I was almost feeling bad for Errol. Like it wasn't competitive. It was like just an asshole.
Yeah, but it still was legendary. Like you memorize the whole fight, how each round went. You know, just the celebration of watching it, especially if you was a Bud fan. Even the Spence fans, you got to know the feeling you got when he got knocked down in the second round. You know what I'm saying? And the other knockdowns, it's just like it's memorable. You know?
Yeah, but he wasn't the same after the car accident, so I can't really give Bud his full like props.
I disagree because he beat the shit out of the two fighters.
Danny Garcia and Ugas.
Yeah, he looked good.
That's one of his best performances against in his career. And
Mayweather
look,
versus Corrales. Ooh.
When you look at the comments before the fight, y'all, the Spence fans was literally saying, like, some people be like, oh, he kind of slowed from the accidents. They'll say, no, he better from the accident. He focused. He don't drink and smoke no more. He did this to Ugas. They was denouncing the accidents, but then after he lost, they went back to saying, "Oh, it's because of the accident." So the comments say something different. It was no excuses before the fight.
Off the topic, have you ever seen the videos of that Arab dude in Chicago who works at a bodega who fucks with people?
Yeah.
Do you know where that is? Like, is that anywhere near where you are? That
I'm not sure where it is, but I see it on YouTube.
That shit, like, yo, those. I didn't realize Chicago was still that rough. Dudes are fucking coming in strapped like that. With that.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's wild. It is wild. Like
It is. That shit is rough.
Marco, you're talking about the dude that goes viral? Like he makes the chopped cheese, like
No, that guy's in Brooklyn. That guy actually, I went to that bodega was kind of near where I used to live. No, this is a dude that like dudes will come in and they'll buy like whatever, a pack of gum, and then as he gives them the change back, he goes, "I have a good day, cupcake." To like these like and they get and you know homophobia is big in the hood, and they're just like, "What the fuck you call?" Or he'll hand him a pink lighter.
Or something.
Yeah, that guy's funny. Or they'll be like, "Hi, cutie pie."
Can you pull it up, Marco? I never seen that dude before.
Somebody put it in the chat. I don't even remember his fucking name. I hit him up once. He responded. I was like, "Yo, you're funny." And now a lot of people have copied. I think he's the OG, but a lot of people do that now. You know, because like the homophobia in the hood is huge, or not even the homophobia, but like fucking with somebody's like manhood in general. You know what I mean? Yeah, that shit is funny. Oh, he tried to give a dude a flower.
Yeah, people be ready to crash out over
They
that.
lose it. They start throwing shit. He's like, chill. I'm just playing.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Who's from Chicago? Bud gonna beat Canelo's in Chicago. Stop Canelo, excuse me. Errol's eyes were hella low. Yeah, Errol did have very low eyelids. I do believe there was something off with him. I don't think that would have made a difference because the fight was still too one-sided, but he definitely seemed a little off to me. Errol.
He was scared, man. That's fear.
Nah, that's a substance or something. He either smoked weed for that rib injury or took a painkiller or something. That's what I think.
He had Hardin on his trunks.
I'm telling you, his eyelids were like they looked classic high. And now I don't think he'd be that dumb because weed is the opposite of a PED. It's not. It's a performance D enhancer, if anything. I don't know why he would take that. Marco, how come you didn't read my comment? Okay, I'll read it. Give me a second. No disrespect, my man. That cat BFTB disrespects women way too much. Okay, and he super glazes Haney. Yeah, he does love Haney. Him and Bill Haney are friends. When he used to say Haney's absolutely gets obliterated by Tank Davis.
Facts. I heard that.
It's a bad style matchup, and Haney has no chance to win.
He did used to say that.
Mm-hmm.
He said Haney gets obliterated by Tank. That's a bad fight, bad style matchup. He should never take that fight. Like
a lot of guys change up, man. My man Ness used to get upset when you said Canelo's ducking, what's his face, Benavidez, and now he accepted it. So people change.
Oh, he
yeah. Like
Canelo.
Real quick, like this is my opinion. Like I remember I used to watch Blue a lot, and he used to be like super pro Errol Spence, and then I guess he like ran into Bud like at the 7-Eleven. Yeah, and then after that, his content, like all his videos, he like switched. Like he was like team Big Fish. He was like team Errol Spence. Then he did like a complete 180. Then he was like, after he bumped into him at the 7-Eleven, he was pro Bud all the way.
I promise you guys, I swear to you guys, no matter what fight, and I know a lot of them already, but no matter who I meet, I'm never going to vote for them just because I know them and they might give me an interview. Not vote, but give an analysis for them that I don't really believe. I'm never going to do that because that is not fair to you guys. It's not fair to me or the sport. I'm never going to. And I'm not saying Blue did that. I'm just saying in general because I know some other content creators who fucking even Johnny. Johnny was going for who was Johnny just going for? Dude to get fucked up just because he interviewed. Oh, Cornflake. He thought Cornflake was going to beat you.
Hey, come on. Hey, Marco, stomp my boy out. Come on, Marco.
He didn't really believe that. I just think he liked him, so he was being cool with him. Johnny knows boxing too well.
Starline saying he had a rib injury. Showbiz proved it. Like it's just a long list of excuses. Bug gloves,
Guys,
Word was
hold
on
it down
Snack.
for me for 1 second. I'm gonna step away, but keep going.
All right, Bud gloves.
His
Bud was
gloves
on
were
Snack.
why is Bud's gloves always like weird? Why is there
Bro,
always something with his gloves?
it was only the one time. And
Nah,
then
he had the card on Black Prime where his gloves were fucked up
right,
too
but
against Evanesian.
okay, but Everlast put out a statement and said they're the one who made the faulty gloves. And the gloves that busted in the Majimov fight were Majimov's gloves because he switched to the same gloves Majimov had and they busted in the back. So he had to switch again. Those weren't even his gloves. So that's just a narrative. They want to say it's the gloves. They said it was Snack. They said Errol Spence was high. His girl slipped him something in his drink. He was weight drained. He had a rib injury. He had the little thing from running in the mountains. It was a whole list of excuses. Like it
What are we
never
talking about? Which fight? The Bud and
Bud and Spence, all of the list of excuses they have. It was the car accidents. He got neurological brain damage. It just the list goes on and on
I
and
mean,
on.
I'm with you, but I'll say it again. I really believe he was off a little bit, but it wouldn't have made a difference. So, for example, I thought Tank was off a little against Roach, but why I think that will make a difference is because that fight was still super close. I
Yeah.
think Roach fought the perfect. Like, I don't know if Roach can get any better, but Tank sure the fuck can. So that's why if they rematch, I am leaning towards Tank. But again, he can't hurt Roach, so that's a big problem.
Yeah, that's gonna be another tough fight. I think. I just think that they really familiar with each other's style. Like Roach got his style. Like he's like the kryptonite to his style.
Here we
Probably.
go. To the man on the panel who said Blue switched up, I forget who that was. After meeting Bud at 7-Eleven, who said that? Was that Alberto or you?
That was Alberto.
Okay.
He just found out the fact. Yeah.
He didn't switch up. It's just that he found out what the facts really was behind the fight getting made. Well, that's
Exactly.
switching up, but that's not. So okay. So he's saying that he did switch up, but not because he met him and they talked and they're cool, but because he told him some shit he didn't know.
Yeah.
That's what he's
Yeah.
saying. Maybe.
And at the end of the day, Spence clarified it too. Like that's what a lot of Spence fans don't want to recognize and accept. Like he said that they didn't want him to make the fight. You know what I'm saying? It was the suits that didn't want him to fight, but he went against them to make the fight. So obviously those are the ones who was preventing the fight from happening.
Right. Jose, I do not bet on anything. For if I'm going to spend money, I want to guarantee I'm getting something out of it besides a rush because I don't get a rush worrying about if I'm going to lose money. So if I better get a pair of brand new cement threes or something out of it. And it's going to fuck up my enjoyment of the fight. Now suddenly I'm going to be, and that'll make me be biased. Like if it's a close fight and the dude, you know what I mean? Nah, I want to sit there and it'll let you not enjoy upsets. Because let's be honest, like upsets are really fucking exciting sometimes.
Hey, but real quick, Marco, on like he said that I guess when he met Bud at the 7-Eleven, he got more like particulars on like the behind the scenes kind of shit. But I think like a lot of cats aren't giving Earl his credit. Like Earl didn't have to make that fight happen. You know, Earl was the clear A side.
That's true.
His pay-per-views always doing
and
really
Bud
good.
was being difficult in the negotiation.
Super, yeah. Like he gave Bud everything he wanted. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't get why you would jump off like Earl, knowing that he was. Even Bud said the fight happened because you made it happen. So like,
yeah, Blue was just saying that. He was just saying the truth. He wasn't saying like he said that it was Al Heyman them holding up the fight. It ain't like he switched up because he still has Spence winning the fight. And when he was live going with the fight, all of a sudden his live went out. You know what I'm saying? When Spence was he got dropped twice in the 7th, he turned it off. So he was still going with Spence, but he was just saying the truth of what really happened.
Right. So it's different what Blue did versus what BF did. BF switched up because he was starstruck by Haney. Okay.
Yeah.
The whole LDBC is. I'm real cool with the LDBC. Like I don't agree with all their opinions, obviously, but like Drew Titan is like an actual friend of mine. We're both from New York City. Like I'm cool with them, but I get it. They, a lot of their reputation is built on like going at people, but people go at them too.
It's biased, like they biased. Like I used to listen to all of them, but I realized that they pretend to be pro-black, but you're not, because you just trash talk Crawford. You go against Shakur, whoever you don't like. you just tear them down, and that's not, you know what I'm saying? That's not what you claim to be. You know, if you
Yeah.
pro black, you should be pro black, but don't pretend when you're not. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I'm about equality. I don't care about a race. I'm a boxing fan, but
Right.
they proclaim to be that, and they're not. You know,
Hmm.
so
Champ
it is
side
what
is compromised. I met him a couple times through them, but I don't really know. I
he
don't.
switched. Yeah, he tried to switch up too when Bud beat Spence.
Did he? I don't know anything. Like I don't watch his content, so I wouldn't really know who he is. Broner vs. Maidana an upset? No. Was
That
that an
wasn't really an
upset?
upset. That wasn't really an upset.
You know,
I mean,
That
Yayan.
was an upset. That was an upset.
Yayan
it's because
definitely thinks it was.
Broner was more outspoken, but like when you like Broner was moving up. You know what I'm saying? The fight made Donald, so it's like I don't know who was the favorite in that fight, but it had to be close. I mean,
Yayan, talk to us, Yayan. Yayan's a huge Broner fan. That's why I'm asking. But he's all quiet now. You unfollow Champ side? Okay.
I mean, if I just had to guess, I would say Broner was
yeah,
probably
I don't like Champ Side. I called him Champ
Broner
Side.
was probably what you call it, like a slight favorite because he was the champ.
Well, why don't we see? Let's see. Chat
They just,
GBT.
they wanted him to lose because of all his antics. So,
Yo, of course, but I mean that was his thing. Who was favored between Broner
exactly,
versus
cut creator. That's how I feel.
Maidana?
Marco, I mean, yeah, Broner was the champion because when
Maidana
Maidana
was the
won,
underdog going into the fight. Broner was the betting favorite, minus 300.
Okay, yeah,
So
that ain't
Broner
too
was
far,
favored.
but yeah, he was the favorite.
All right, see that, Yayan? Your boy was favored. Everybody got fucked
I just
up.
said that.
Huh?
I just said that.
Oh, look, it's Shakur, guys. Unbelievable. Welcome, Shakur. Appreciate you. Actually, me and Shakur do talk, so I don't think this is him, but we
How do
do.
y'all dudes have the time to make these profiles?
After I
That's just
dismantled
weird.
Zepeda, I'm putting BTA on any of your favorite fighters. Oh, and any brothers can get it as well.
you know what BTA is, Marco?
No.
Belt to ass.
Okay, I did know that. These
That
fucking acronyms.
that's a Chicago term too. It's a lot of Chicago terms people use. Smoke, the whole smoke. You don't want no smoke. That's from Chicago. Ops.
On phone now.
Ops just means opponents, right?
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
come from Chicago. Like people.
Right. It just means anybody who you don't like, even, right? It's like the ops. Yeah, I got it.
Hey, real quick, Bud gonna stop Canelo. I remember like when Chief Keef came out, everybody was saying on Tuca. That shit was out of pocket.
Yeah. They were saying smoking Tuca.
Tuca, what's that? Weed?
Hey.
Yeah, but Tuca is a person that got killed, and so they say they smoking their ops. So it was like that's disrespectful to the GDs. But Chief Keef actually had a strand in a store in Cali called Tuca.
Did he?
Yeah. That was wild.
Keef. That's cool. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, ops was short for opposition.
Oh, it's opposition?
That's what I would think.
Yeah, that's what it's for. Opposition.
I thought it was opponents, but
opponent, opposition, the same thing.
Same shit, yeah. Same shit.
Oh, he's saying it's a Philly thing.
What up, Jisms?
No, that's straight from Chicago.
Respectfully, I got to speak up what we were saying, belt to ass in Philly for the longest now. I mean, Brian Norman Jr. slept. He sure did, sports fanatic. Something nasty, something filthy.
He damn near assassinated that dude for real.
Filthier than Dime Night at the whorehouse. Out of respect for Yayan, we shouldn't mention Maidana. Oh, shit. Abdullah Mason reminds me of Ray Robinson. No. What? Maybe. A little. Oh, look, it's me. Marco, no boxing. Hey, guys, I'm raffling Jin Sasaki game-worn underwear. Ugh. Beware he left the street. I think it's the same person. I do. But he's funny.
Picture?
That's I was about 26 there. It was a promo picture for when I was still fighting. Yeah.
Yeah, you look nothing like your mom.
Really? Okay. That I want to look more like my mom, so but okay.
I gotta find out if Jan Sasaki really got memory loss.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Alberto said like 2 months worth.
Yeah, I was on Johnny's stream because Johnny had on Brian Norman Sr. and somebody brought that up in the super chat and they dropped like link. Like it was a Japanese article.
Oh, okay. Japanese article.
Yeah, I ain't got jokes. There was no color photos back then, you dipshit. Just
Yeah,
like
that's a random year you picked.
he always just calls me old. That's his thing. Pretty funny, actually. Just like Quilly from Philly came up with no Diddy, you can actually Google it. Damn. Who the fuck's Quilly?
You talking about Meek Mill?
I don't know who the fuck.
Nah, that's another Quilly, another dude from Philly.
Yeah, it's a Philly dude.
Welcome, C Jisms. I know you reject that name. I'm sorry. Hard as hell. CJ probably had a good day having white girls calling him to say Happy Juneteenth.
Yo, that's nasty work, Clarissa. That's crazy. No, negative. That did not happen.
What up, CJ?
She's fucking funny, man. What up, CJ?
Cracking.
Devin can outbox Norman Jr. I don't know, man.
I don't want to see that fight next for Devin. He needs something else.
He's not fighting, yeah. But Norman, he's a WBO strap holder, correct?
Yeah.
That's a major belt now. Which one is that?
Yeah.
This one?
Yep, that's the WBO.
Yep.
No, that's the WBA, I think.
Hey, Marco, let me get an update on the raffles,
The
champ.
WBO is the maroon one. The maroon.
What happened with the Floyd gloves and what's pumping now?
Well, the Floyd gloves I put on hold because nobody's doing shit. So now we're trying to hit up the Marvin Hagler gloves. You have more raffles than anybody in all three of these. We got the Grant gloves after that. Yeah, so you're
I've done my part. I'm gonna sit on my ass now. Not to mean I'll probably put it in one or two. I'll sprinkle a little here and there, but y'all need to step it up. Come on.
I know.
Support Marco, man. If y'all appreciate the platform, support the man.
Appreciate you. You are the man. You are the man.
Thank you.
I don't have PayPal or Cash App.
Oh, you don't?
No.
I mean, it's
either.
It's easy to download. Very easy.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna set a PayPal up.
No, those are easy platforms. I'm gonna tell you like this: those are the easiest platforms to get on. So it's up to y'all.
Super easy, and PayPal, of course, is super easy. But yeah, it's up to you guys. Look, I just appreciate the views, but obviously the super chats or the raffle entries all help as well. Sports fanatic Devin going to sleep if he fights Brian Norman. You might be right.
Might be right.
Devin's heart can get him in trouble. That's true. He should gradually move forward instead of constantly challenging himself.
The Regis Devin will give Norman hella problems, but we don't know if we got to see him fight again first.
Mm-hmm. Haney will be gun shy to beat a puncher. I'm not so sure if he was just PTSD'd. I know I've talked about this against Ramirez, or if he was just protecting that rematch.
Yeah, that's what I really think. I think that he was being cautious because of what happened, but at the same time he was just assuring the win, protecting that rematch to make sure.
But PTSD is real. Look at fucking Deontay Wilder.
Yeah,
that's PTSD. If you've ever he just went from being one of the hardest punchers in history to not even throwing punches at all.
Yo, I say this all the time in any endeavor, especially sports, but in life in general. If you lose your confidence, you lost. You can't do anything without that. Especially as a man, you got that invincible aura like he used to. That till this day energy, and then you get stopped. You start to question yourself in a very like metaphysical sense. It's deep. It's deep,
and
man.
I don't know how much what's the dude name? His trainer Malik Scott have to do with that too, with altering his style too. I feel like that played a part in it too. And it's just like you got him out there trying to box when all he got to do is set up his punch like he did against Luis Ortiz the second time. You know what I'm saying? That was how Wilder fight.
And I like Malik Scott. I've interviewed him. He's cool, but I don't think his training technique. Am I wrong? Is that like?
No, you absolutely right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was some weird shit, and like him spinning around. And remember doing that one shit where it looked like he was fucking going down on himself, where he was like doing this shit with the stick coming out of my shit. Look, like, what are you doing?
He just be doing too much, man. I don't like that trainer for him. But he fight June 26th, so
Who?
Wilder.
No, who's he fighting?
Um,
Exactly.
I forgot the dude's
Exactly.
name, but
Yo, Marco, let me ask you this real quick.
you need a
I know
light touch.
it's worlds apart, but since you're such an avid Roy Jones Jr. fan, like I feel both of them fought instinctively. Obviously, Roy was much more polished and I would say more athletic, but like a similar man, like you're just relying on instincts. Do you see that parallel, or am I tripping?
Y'all must have forgot.
Am I tripping?
The parallel between Roy and who?
Wilder, like fighting off instincts and athleticism.
Nah.
No, at a different level. At a different level, but
no.
Strictly with regards to that.
Yes, I do. Wilder
Yes,
was
okay,
worse. Wilder was worse, but Roy did
Obviously.
go into like, I'm gonna circle, I'm scared to get hit, I'm not gonna throw as much. Yes, I do actually.
And look, though, you gotta give Wilder a light touch because he went from Luis Ortiz to then he fought. Was it Fury?
Wilder?
Yeah, he fought Luis Ortiz,
Dominic Brazil.
Then he fought.
Might have been Fury. I don't remember.
He fought Fury. No, he fought Ortiz after Fury. He fought Ortiz, Brazil, Fury, then Ortiz again, then Fury, Hellenius, Parker, and Zane. Like, that's a crazy run, bro.
Even Hellenius, I know he landed that shot, but that was a lucky shot because you saw that was the first fight after Wilder. He was running around, awful balance. He just happened to land a shot. I think it would have been the same thing. He would have lost that fight if he didn't land that one lucky punch. And he landed that shot on the back foot
in the first round. So if he pulled the trigger, he could still do it with a good setup. But I'm just saying the names that he fought in a row, like he deserved a light touch to get himself back into it. I think he could do another run. He said he had surgery, so I'm still back on that. Wilder, one of my favorite fights.
Wavy, he did compare Roy to Wilder, but I actually agree with him. He's not comparing their offensive skills, not even his defensive. He's comparing their mentality after losses.
Yeah,
and I do see that. I do.
Yeah,
and a lot of fighters get that way. Breland that's fucked up what he did to Breland, man. Wilder had limited skill and became limited skill. But let me ask you a question: knocking out all 42 of every opponent that you've ever fought when you're at least 20 to 50 pounds lighter than all of them. I don't give a fuck. That's a skill in itself.
Yep, and that's what a lot of people don't recognize. Like, that's why people didn't appreciate Wilder reigning for 5 years as a heavyweight champ. But
it was impressive. Like, look,
you can't knock out 42 people and not have no skills.
Kind of reminded me of even a less skilled version of Jermaine Taylor. Jermaine was kind of similar, kind of wild, threw looping shots, but had power. But I think Jermaine was a better boxer than Wilder even was. But nobody had the kind of knockouts Wilder had. And again, in an era where the average heavyweight, just like when Rocky Marciano fought, was significantly heavier.
Way bigger, yeah.
Yep. And you know what happens when Rocky Marciano comes up.
Every time I start talking about boxing, a white man got to pull Rocky Marciano out their ass.
But it fits, so we got to do it.
Yeah, you right, though. That's not easy to do, man.
In your top 10? See, I don't have him in the top 10. Oh, power, 1. I might have him 1, but greatest heavyweights, nah. But then again, maybe he should be.
The Fury before Wilder, the Wilder before Fury is one of the most feared heavyweights of all.
Yeah, I'm gonna tap out for a second. I'll probably tap in later.
All right.
So look.
Love, peace, and hair grease.
Yeah, so we just got to see what he got coming back because he took a lot of damage.
Larry Holmes is one of the most underrated. I think Lennox Lewis is probably the most underrated heavyweight because he could have beaten anybody.
Yeah, Lennox was a great heavyweight. He said he beat Prime Mike Tyson knowing that he didn't know. I didn't like when he said that. Like, you didn't fight Prime Mike Tyson.
Who?
Lennox Lewis.
Nah, he didn't. No, he didn't. Definitely not.
He
But
said that, bro.
Wilder really beat Fury that first fight. Get the fuck out of here,
Yeah,
Rob.
I agree. That was a knockout, bro. He should have been waved off, no count.
Nah, I disagree. I completely disagree. That was not a knockout. The motherfucker got up before 10.
But he hit the back of his head, bounced off the canvas, and he was asleep until
I
count of
agree.
5.
I agree with you that if they waved it off, nobody probably would have complained. I agree because that's the optics. But a good referee counts a little more, and he beat the count. So you just can't argue with him beating the count. He beat it.
Yeah, but he woke up at 5.
That's before 10. That's before 10.
Yeah, I guess so. But I just feel like that fight should have been waved off right there. You know what I'm saying?
It could have been. It could have been. But you know.
That changed the boxing landscape for real. Like he would have never had to fight him again, and everything would have been different, bro.
Then that's a knockout, you idiot. Who are you talking to? Who's an idiot? Talking to me? That's rude. The ref said he yelled the count in Fury's face to wake him up.
Yeah, he said he did it for boxing, but
I don't know if it's the ref's job to wake the fighter up, but okay. No, that was a KO. Boxing is the most corrupt sport. That was not a KO. But look, I understand the optics of it. And again, like I said, if the ref would have waved it off, I wouldn't have been like, that's unbelievable. You know, yeah, okay, makes sense.
Look, Hellenius was knocked out like that, and they waved it off immediately.
Nah, Hellenius was Hellenius was like out. He was like convulsing. His eyes were fucking like he looked like somebody shot him, and he was like, nah, that's different. And you know, and Fury's eyes were open the whole time.
His eyes was closed that first knockout. He woke up at 5.
Were they?
He said he woke up at 5. Yeah.
Fury is literally a gypsy. His people since the beginning of time were known for being lying cheats. True. If you don't understand world history, then that's on you. What's that have to do with him getting knocked out? I'm confused.
Well, this chat understand what happened though. I'm surprised.
Why are we bringing up Wilder? We started talking about his power, and then it kind of led to that. Wilder won the first fight with Fury. I don't know. I don't care what anybody say. Okay, and that's your opinion, Wave, and you're entitled to
Hall of Fame for sure, though, man. He did what he had to do.
He's the most impressive puncher I've ever seen, and it's even crazier. That's one fucking hand.
Yeah.
Everybody knows there's one hand you have to look out for, and they still couldn't do it.
People would say Wilder would be Mike Tyson.
Man, Prime Wilder probably could have.
I don't know. Because Wilder did need distance. He had to land that from the outside. Mike Prime Mike was so good at getting from the inside. I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know, but I'm saying it's a chance he could have, but that would have been a good matchup.
It only takes one punch, right?
Just one, from Wilder. But also let's not forget, Mike Tyson's chin is one of the best chins ever. He took, he had to get beaten down for 10, 12 rounds before he would get knocked out. So even if Wilder hit him, who knows if it would have done,
Yeah, when Danny Williams knocked out Tyson, that broke my heart, man. I was like, I couldn't believe it.
That Mike Tyson quit, in my opinion. He quit.
Yeah, I knew it was over after that.
He quit. He just stopped. He fell. He could have got up if you remember. He just didn't.
Yeah.
Just like when he lost that Irish dude, the white dude. I forget his name.
Yeah, I forgot his name too. Well, yeah.
Beltman, what up? Wilder had a better career than Tim Bradley. Yeah.
But Wilder had 10 title defenses. He up there with only other 4 fighters. So
nobody went 42-0, knocking out all of them. Nobody has gone 42 wins, 42 opponents. Well, one was he knocked out Stavern in the rematch, but nobody's fought 42 fighters, the first 42 fighters of their career at the championship level, and knocked them all out.
Yeah.
And mostly with one fucking punch.
Yep.
Hey, Marco.
Defenses, 5 years.
At what age did Mike Tyson started to go downhill?
1989. I did a video on it when he fought Frank Bruno. That was the end of his prime. He squeaked it out, but he was getting clipped. He just left Kevin Rooney. His head movement was gone. He was throwing one punch at a time, holding, no head movement. That's why I said why I don't include Tyson in the greatest heavyweights, because his prime, and in his prime, this is the conundrum we're in. In his prime, 1984 to 1989, he could have beat anybody. He was the most spectacular heavyweight I've ever seen. Fastest hands, fastest feet, but his prime only lasted 4 years.
Yeah.
And he peaked at like 23. So how's that even a candidate for
I
4
think
years?
because he was so young, it probably got to his head, right?
I don't know, man. You know, it's hard to tell. There's a bunch of issues.
Didn't he start partying too?
I think when he lost Customato, that changed a lot for Mike Tyson. Like if had Customato stayed there, he would have had a totally different career.
Absolutely. Even if he stayed with Kevin, who is all of you who know or who don't know, Kevin Rooney was my old trainer. So I know also. Real quick, we are raffling off these Marvin Hagler, officially licensed vintage gloves from 1981. As you can see, these are unused. They're the only product Marvin Hagler ever licensed his name out to sell. If you want to apply for the raffle, 10 bones to let me get this out of the way just so people know. $10 to either this Cash App or this PayPal address.
Yeah, Alberto. His first loss to Buster Douglas, he was partying, doing drugs, drinking, you know what I'm saying, with women in Tokyo before that fight. He wasn't really training. And in the corner, they didn't even have the little metal thing for his eyes. They was unprepared for swelling, for anything. So he was really unfocused for that fight. And that's the start of his fall off. When he lost to Buster Douglas, he just went downhill from there.
Well, Rob, you want me to play the Bruno fight, the Bruno video I did? Yeah, I called that one. That one got a lot of views too. I called that one when Mike Tyson's prime ended, because that's why I saw it. He got rocked in that fight. He almost lost.
I'm glad he beat Bruno though. That was for America.
He beat Bruno twice.
Hey, bud, you got the wrong dude. It's me, Vlogs.
Oh, okay. All right, Vlogs, my bad.
You're good.
Tyson, yeah, you do kind of sound like Alberto. I know that you probably don't want to hear that, but you guys have a similar voice, and you both kind of speak similarly, like a little slower. You know, Tyson had no real family or love in his corner. Mentally, he had too much demons, but that's also, my dear, what made him so fucking effective. I don't care what anybody says. I know this from experience. When you have the demons, you're at your best. Therapy is kryptonite for boxers.
He had a lot of bad people coming into his life. He looking for love and affection, somebody that cared. Then he got users like Robin Williams, Don King, like all those demons coming into his life, really, you know what I'm saying, messing up his head. So
Yo, Wavy,
all played a part in Mike Tyson's life.
Wavy, why are you talking about Tyson's gonorrhea? Gonorrhea. Gross.
And Tommy Morrison, boxed with AIDS. That's the worst of anything.
You remember what happened right after Lennox Lewis knocked him out? And then that's when Tommy Morrison came out. Lennox was horrified. He went and got tested immediately because he made Tommy Morrison a bloody mess in that fight. So he could have easily caught it.
I didn't even realize that. Wow.
Yeah, I remember Lennox was horrified. He was like, "Oh shit!" He went and got it because he split Tommy's shit. Yeah, the cherry Kool-Aid dripping all over Tommy.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson's downfall was letting Don King separate him from Kevin. Absolutely. But, you know, that's just it. It was what it was. Tyson never fought Bo. Nah. You know, Tyson's also, that's one of the things he did that was very hypocritical. There's a video of him in like the early 90s being like, I would never fight Bo. We went to the same high school. We're from Brownsville. They were never like, they barely knew each other because they're different ages. And now there's videos of Tyson being criticizing these fighters like Shakur and Keyshawn, who are like, we're friends. Tyson's like, nah, man, what better gift to give a friend than getting money and fame together? You fight your friends. And so two different things. But that's also 30 years later. So, you know, you could just say experience and maturity kick in.
Yeah.
No heavyweight history could beat Larry. I don't know, man. Prime Larry. I think Mike Tyson could beat Prime Larry. I think
Ali, Prime Ali could beat him too.
Maybe. Lennox Lewis, I think, will beat Holmes. Too big. But maybe not, because let's not forget Holmes had a tremendous chin. People don't talk about
he was a beast. He was a beast.
He got hit with the hardest punch I've ever seen. Ernie Schaefer has hit him with a locomotive.
Yeah, he got up and won the fight, right?
Got up. Yeah, I mean, and he ran right into that punch too.
Yeah.
That was filthy. Filthy like Mike's gonorrhea. If they would have, here's my point. They said that in an interview. Beltman, Bo would have beat the shit out of Tyson. Maybe, but I'd have to go with Prime Mike. Nah, but any other Mike past 1990, yeah, maybe.
Prime Mike defense and hair movement was just too good.
Best I've ever seen. Like for a heavyweight, Mike. Second to Roy Jones, Mike has the best combination of speed and power I've ever seen.
Yeah, I agree for sure.
He was a monster, and his head movement. He closed the distance so quickly because his feet were so fast, and his head movement was so fast. He would teleport in like the fucking Nightcrawler.
Yeah, jump right in there, catch you.
And then, Kevin Rooney, the style, they taught us to spring to the side. So he'd spring to the side, he's behind you before you know it. Literally.
Yeah.
Prime Mike. Why is that so funny? What's so funny, Keenan? What the fuck's so funny about Prime Mike? Well, you talk to me. MMA fanatic. Boy, this is a room for pugilism, but you're still welcome. I disagree that Tyson's downfall was 89. He won like 6 or 7 straight fights after Buster Douglas until he fought. Okay, so downfall doesn't just mean winning and losing. And I didn't say downfall. I said prime. Big difference. His skills, the way he fought, were changed for the worse.
Yeah, it diminished some.
Absolutely. So, yeah, he did win. But to me, it's a difference between prime and downfall. Because he did go back up. You know what I mean? Prime Duran versus Bud. I don't know.
Man, I got Bud at welterweight. I think he one of the best ever at welterweight, man.
Me personally, those of you guys who know me, I don't do this with active fighters. Because for all we know, Bud can go get fucked up now 3 times in a row. Or he can go and look even better. You know what I'm saying? So I need all the data. The career has to be finished so I can collect all the data.
Yeah, I get that.
His competition got better. Tyson's? I mean, not really. He only fought the only legends he fought. He only fought 3 legends, and he lost to 2 of them.
Holyfield, Lennox, and who else?
Michael Spence. And he lost, and he lost to 2 of them.
Yeah, he beat Larry Holmes too, but he was old.
I wouldn't count that Holmes. Although that Holmes kept going and had a great career, was beating everybody, almost beat Holyfield.
Yeah.
Costa Zoo hits too hard for Meldrick Taylor, I think he hits too hard. Like that would have been maybe even a worse beating than Chavez gave him. But Costa did have a little bit of a weaker chin, so Floyd's your GOAT. Okay. You can't argue that. If Bud beats Canelo, where would he rank all time? And he retires after that? Or does he keep fighting? Because that matters.
If Bud stopped Canelo, I got him 3rd of all time. I got Ali, Floyd, and then I'm going to say Bud if he stop him.
Yeah, but, you forgot about one person.
Y'all must have forgot.
Yeah, Roy up there. I just don't like all the losses that he took. Even though it was late in his career.
Prime, man. I mean, look, and that's the thing with boxing, right? My criteria, I only look at the primes. I don't look at dudes' whole careers because
yeah, I get you.
The majority of people, the overwhelming majority, lost later in their careers. You only got a couple that walked away when they should have. Marciano, Ward, Calzaghe, Ricardo Lopez. The rest of the dudes kept going.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Meldrick Taylor.
I mean, like that, definitely Roy is top 5 for sure.
I've never seen anybody nowhere near his level. So get him off the podcast. This guy said Bud would be top 3. Oh, Beltman.
If he stopped Canelo?
If he stops Canelo, I don't know. I'd have to let that sink in. I don't think top 3, but
Canelo went all the way to 175, got a knockout. He never been dropped. Only been wobbled once. He got an iron chin. Bud moving up pretty much 3 weight classes, and to stop Canelo, who never been hurt.
No, that's impressive. But we have to look at the whole career. Does that victory alone, like what else did he do besides? Okay, he beat the shit out of Errol, very impressive.
His biggest fights, he just legendary performances. He didn't get a lot of fights that he won.
Yeah.
So if you put him in there with Manny, he would have destroyed Manny Pacquiao. He would have stopped Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, all the names of those fighters.
I
that
thought
he didn't beat.
Madrimov was tapping him up, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, Madrimov got some hits on him, but he still won the unanimous decision. But I'm just saying, the majority of the fighters that he could have fought, the names it's just like his biggest fights, he had his best performances. As long as he do good against Canelo, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. Lou Boogie, you are correct. My Brooklyn, no, you're from the Bronx, I believe. My New York City brother, you are correct. You are correct. Fear played maybe more than almost anybody. The fighters that Fear played the most for in history were probably Foreman, Mike, Sonny Liston, maybe even Tank. Maybe. I don't know. Hagler, maybe? I'm not sure if Hagler would count. But Foreman, Mike, and Tyson had people shook like Mobb Deep.
Yeah. Beltman talking about Bud would have destroyed Pac. Who was this bot? Get him up. Like, dude, Bob Arum kept Bud from fighting Pacquiao. Pacquiao, he didn't want to fight him, and neither did Freddie Roach want him to fight him because they said he'd get hurt. So how am I crazy?
When I look at that fight, I don't say anybody would have destroyed Pacquiao because Pacquiao is Pacquiao. You know what I mean? And he has the tools to possibly beat anybody. So I don't know.
But did they avoid the fight because they didn't want him to get hurt? That was their words. That's what Bob said. That's what Freddie Roach said. So we got to go by what his people saying. You know what I'm saying? If it was that easy, he would have fought Bud. But
I don't know.
That's all I'm saying.
Facts. He protected Pacquiao from Bud all those years at Top Rank. Okay. Well, then he did. Freddie Roach didn't want him to fight Pac because he coached Postal at a time too. Okay. Bud is no Floyd. People get him confused a lot. Bud masterclass Postal. Roach said, nah. Hell nah. A resume with a bunch of B and C level fighters. Damn. Talking about Bud? Nah, they weren't B and C level.
All right. That's just people. That's people just hating.
Some B, some B's, B pluses, and there's some A's too. I don't know about C's.
And y'all, they made excuses for every time Bud's smoking Ninja. They made an excuse for why he won. It's because of this.
Bud's career is the same as Andre Ward. Ooh, I like that. I'm not sure I agree with it, but it makes us all think. Let's say Andre Ward, maybe not, because Andre Ward won that annoying, boring as fuck Super 6 to me.
Yeah, he was boring.
So what are the only big name Ward beat was probably Kovalev at the time, right?
Yep. That's what I say.
So I think Bud's career is better.
And he way more exciting.
Unless you count those Super 6 dudes, which Andre Ward career is way better.
Like Bud went on a 6-year knockout streak. Come on now. Who doing that?
He didn't get dropped. Knocked down. I mean, he didn't get dropped. He got fucking rocked.
He got rocked. He ain't get dropped.
He wasn't sitting on the ropes like at a playground swing. Fulton versus Shaq. Oh, Shaky Foster? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah. I got man, why don't you pull up to the panel? You talking a lot in the comments.
He sure is. Hold on, let me hit up my man Vloggy Vlogs.
Thank you. Come again.
3 reasons. What are we? How many? Well, 3 reasons why Bud stops Canelo. Okay. We are 6 away from hitting the super chat goal, people.
No, you don't believe Bud stopped Canelo. What are you talking about?
I don't know. Kovalev was robbed. I agree, Raw Dog. I think Ward lost that first fight. I agree.
He might have lost it, but he kind of came back. But I think he might have lost it too. We could have went either way. But if he lost, I wouldn't have tripped.
I'm about to wrap it up in a little bit about man. So next time you guys can come in, you guys can start fucking fighting. You are back in. What you mean? I saw you pop in. I don't see you there, E-Rock. It keeps saying device not connected. It's your fucking your ghetto ass T-Mobile phone. How do I get on the poll? You would click the link, but I'm not.
It's in the description.
Yeah, hard to stop. Granite chin made of Clinton Butrol. Damn, ain't that something? I'm on the fence on the first fight. Nah, I thought Ward lost. Just like I thought Canelo lost the first fight to Triple G, but they both won in the rematch.
You know, and he was on clenbuterol on that first fight. He tested positive.
Hmm.
Still had a draw with Canelo.
Yeah, lives be popping, Unc. Yeah, man, they're getting good, letting the voices of the people be heard.
Hey, yo, Bud,
What's up, bro?
you believe Bud stops Canelo?
Yeah, yeah. I think a TKO
And give me a good reason why.
because Bud is faster. He's accurate, and like when Canelo throwing those punches, it's the punches that you don't see that hurt you, and that's what he gonna be catching Canelo with. Because
That's true, but his
Right.
chin is just so certified tight vibranium.
yeah, but
Yeah,
when
but
you like, I think when he catching him clean enough times, like Canelo throwing from left to right, from California to New York hooks, like Bud gonna see that, and he just gonna piece him up, get out the way, and I think he just gonna hit him enough times to make them stop the fight. I feel like he gonna hurt Canelo.
I'm gonna let Belt in for a little bit. Keep it cordial,
yeah,
though,
but
people.
Y'all can hear
everybody
me?
thought everybody thought Bud was gonna stop Madrimov, and that didn't happen.
Yeah, yeah, but this fight is much bigger than that. Bud got way more to prove. All the
But
doubters,
it's two more weight classes.
Hey, can y'all hear
So
me?
Yeah, we got you. I
yeah.
kind of thought
Uh,
Madrimov had an argument to win.
hey,
Maybe I was
hey,
bugging.
bro. Let's be honest, bro. Bud is not stopping Canelo, bro. He not stopping Canelo.
Hey, everybody said that about
He
Spence
is
too.
not stopping. Look, I like Bud, bro, but people overrate him, bro.
Well, let me tell you
He's
something.
great.
Let me say something, Belt. I was on your level at first. I'm thinking Canelo's too
Mm-hmm.
big, great chin. But I met the dudes both at this
Mm-hmm.
Ring Magazine event, right? I met them both. Literally, they were next to each other. I shook there talking to them. And when I saw the one thing, what's the one advantage that we say Canelo has? Size, right?
Size.
I saw them in person. And I'm gonna tell you right now, and I'm totally fucking neutral here. I have no reason to lie. Bud was a few inches taller and thicker, a wider dude. He was and I look at their head structures. Like that's a good way to tell.
Bud definitely looked
He
bigger
was
than
bigger.
Canelo.
So to me, that fucked my head up because I'm like, well, if he doesn't have the one advantage that I thought he had,
You
what's that
forgetting
mean?
one big advantage though.
Tell me.
Power.
You don't know how
I
Bud
don't think Bud is going to be able to take Canelo power.
Look, that's the thing.
Like, and then people say like, oh, he can stick and move him. He can jab him. He got longer arms and all this. But what is Bud legs going to look like at 38? How long can he do that?
Look though, Belt. If Bud can,
I feel like it's going to look like Frank Martin Tank.
But look though,
legs going to slow down.
All right, go ahead.
Go
let
ahead.
him talk.
Yeah, go ahead.
If Bud can take Canelo power and Bud can hurt Canelo, then what? You're not thinking like that. You don't know what's going to happen because Bud he deadlifting 455 right now. I bet you Canelo.
That has nothing to do with punching power though.
Yes, it do. He a strong dude.
Weightlifting and punching power is very different, bro.
I agree with that. They are different. I fucked up. I'm skinny as shit. I hit harder than a lot of people.
I mean, look at Wilder. Wilder was walking around at 200 pounds, putting out 300-pound people almost.
Yep.
But look though, we know Bud is strong. Bud is a wrestler.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking if you gotta factor in if you saying he can't hurt Canelo once he feel Canelo power, he gonna get on his bike. What if he don't? You know what I'm saying?
Then he gonna get knocked out brutally. Exchange with him then.
How he couldn't even knock Charlo out brutally.
And Bud couldn't hurt Madrimov. So how could he hurt Canelo?
Charlo was running. Well, don't forget though,
Madrimov is a completely different fighter.
Yeah, he was
Canelo.
on the pogo.
But Bud still hit him clean and couldn't hurt him.
Listen, what I'm telling you is Bud mentality. That's why
Virgil hurt Madrimov.
But
Virgil's face was way more bruised.
But Madrimov did say afterwards he had it was a pneumonia or something, bronchitis. I'm not saying
that's an excuse though, man.
Maybe
he wouldn't have said that if he'd have won.
No,
but look though,
they'll say that when they lose.
Everybody doubting.
Everybody got an excuse when they lose.
Even Canelo was making excuses when he lost to Bivol.
I think Canelo lost. I think Canelo lost to Triple G the first fight.
Me too.
I think he lost to Lara.
So what makes you
I don't
think
think
Bud
that.
can't beat him?
You know what? Matter of fact, I
That's a
take
good
that back. I
question.
take that back because
That's a good
Lara was
question.
kind of on his bike a little too
That's
much.
a good question. What makes you think Bud can't beat him then?
I don't think Bud can't win. I say hurting Canelo is unrealistic.
True.
Canelo's been all the way up to 175. You telling me Bud gonna hurt him? Bud couldn't hurt his last opponent at 154.
But look, he stopped 11 straight dudes.
And we don't know
before that,
how Bud Legs is gonna look at 168.
He
But
stopped
what
those
if?
dudes. But
Okay,
those
I
dudes were
get that.
Yeah,
But
welterweight.
what if they
that's at
look good? What if
that's
they
at
look good at
147.
168?
That's what I'm saying. We don't know how Bud Legs is gonna look with all that extra weight on him, and he's older.
But Belt, what I'm saying is, what if they look good though? Then what?
Then they
He a
look good.
problem. He a problem. Okay.
I got
So
500 on Canelo. I'm already putting my bet in.
yeah, I'm betting. I'm betting on Bud, man.
Of course you betting on Bud.
I bet
I
2,000 against
like
Spence.
Bud, man. I wish Bud would have just fought Boots, bro. That'd have been a much more realistic fight for me.
Of course, like stay at 154.
That's why I don't really like this Turkey guy, bro. Like he putting on all these unrealistic fights and they become stinkers.
Well, I mean, I agree some of it, but also some of it's a lot of what he does is great. We wouldn't have gotten a lot of fights if it wasn't for him.
That's true, right? But like all these different weight classes and he trying to make these guys fight each other, bro. It's I just don't see. I don't think it's gonna be. I think Bud will make it a good fight, but I don't know, man. I feel like once he get hit with something hard, it's gonna be survival mode.
I don't know. I think it's weird though that Bud puts on so much weight between fights because he's been at. I mean, he's if for all intents and purposes, he's a fucking welterweight because he moved up at like 38, so he's a welterweight. So if he's really putting on 40 pounds every fight, how is that possible? That he's because I've heard people say that he walks around at 185 for years.
Snack.
Don't look,
Snack, man. Snack, you do unrealistic stuff on Snack, man.
You bet
These
on
guys be weight bullies.
You had Spence beating Bud too, right?
No, Spence was too one-dimensional.
You talking about? Why would you say Snack?
I didn't have Spence winning because Spence is too front foot heavy.
Nobody talked about Snack before Bud.
If you don't got a back foot, you're not gonna be able to beat Bud. You can't fight him one way.
Canelo
Spence
don't got
had
a
that
back
Mexican
foot.
style.
Canelo
if you don't got a back,
foot.
and Spence is a volume puncher that's not really punching super hard either. It's not like he going in there and thudding.
Canelo don't box on a back foot. So how are you expecting
Canelo got excellent head movement, and Canelo is a great counter puncher.
Real quick, guys, real quick.
Thank you. Come again.
Appreciate you, Shane. He says Canelo wins stoppage in round 7.
Man, look, Canelo haven't got a stop since 2021,
but he's fighting a smaller guy though. Like, let's be real.
But
Canelo been fighting bigger guys since 2021 too.
Look, listen, let me finish though. Since 2021 against Caleb Plant, then he got his hand surgery. He hasn't got a knockout since he got that hand surgery. So I feel like his power decreased because of that. He did knock out Charlo, who was a smaller fighter. Y'all can say he got on his bike, whatever, but he hit Charlo plenty of times. He dropped him. And okay, but he didn't stop him. So what makes
can you factor this in? Can you factor this in too? It's hard to knock somebody out that don't want to engage.
That's absolutely true.
And
it's hard.
That guy was
but
really
you say
moving.
Bud didn't stop Madrimov. He didn't want to engage. He fainted all
night. Madrimov exchanged with Bud a lot that fight.
Nah,
the second half of the fight.
Nah, there was no. Madrimov was just pot shotting.
He was, but he was in exchanges too. Now, because I think Madrimov, in all honesty, I think Madrimov won at least 6 rounds.
He threw more feints than punches that fight, bro.
At least 6 rounds.
I had Madrimov possibly winning too, but everybody said I was crazy. But that's
I could see a 115, 113.
But Belt, listen, how can you say Charlo didn't want to get knocked out, but not say Madrimov? It's the same thing.
Madrimov wasn't just fighting to survive, though. It's different.
Madrimov, I agree. Madrimov wasn't circling nearly as much as Charlo did, and Madrimov threw way more punches.
And you got to factor in this too. Everybody Canelo fight is bigger than him, bro. He's 5'8" at 168.
It don't matter. He been knocking out dudes.
The man knocked Kovalev out cold.
He haven't knocked nobody out since that hand surgery. That's a factor. I'm telling you.
That's true.
And he fighting a guy that's coming from 147. So I would bet the knockout.
We're gonna see. He not knocking him out though.
I think Charlo was way bigger than Canelo too. Charlo, what,
was
6
fat
foot?
though.
He
Charlo
probably
was
walk
fat
around the
though.
same weight as Canelo.
Charlo didn't have a muscle or none of that, bro. He just
Oh,
got big off heat.
little Charlo's a little shorter. He's like 5'11", but yeah, close enough.
Yeah,
I think Big Charlo give Canelo real problems.
Me too.
With that jab.
Uh-huh.
That power jab I think it'll give Canelo real problems.
I think Big Charlo would beat a lot of people.
Fighters that always have a great back foot give Canelo problems. That's why I think Bud do have a chance. I'm looking at 70-30 though.
Look,
70-30
everybody, look, everything that y'all saying,
70-30. I'm looking at
everybody
70-30.
said the same thing about Spence. They were saying the same. That's like it's like deja vu. It's all the same. Power.
Yeah, but
nobody gonna knock him out. Nobody.
Spence was not an all-time great, man.
No, but also the weight. I think you can't compare the two because this guy's really 3 weight classes above him.
And if we factor this in too, bro, like, is we serious, bro? Canelo defense is way better than Errol Spence's.
His defense is okay, but his head movement is not how it was against Danny.
Canelo head movement is not how it was.
He's not moving how he was against Danny Jacobs. No, he's not. He don't got head moving like that no more. And every time Canelo do head movement, he not in position to punch at all. He got to every time Canelo do his head movement, he's not in position to have offense. He retreat every single time, bro. I'm telling you, I watch him.
I can't agree with this, bro. I can't agree with this.
Me neither.
I can't agree with this, bro.
Watch Boxing Jim's video breaking down Canelo. You gonna see every time he use head movement, he not in position to punch at all. He just got to back up and reset every single time.
I can't go for that, bro.
Watch that video. Watch that video on Boxing Gyms.
Canelo is one of the greatest counter punchers in boxing.
And so Bud is probably the best counter puncher.
To me, it comes down to punch resistance on both of them. How does Bud absorb the punch, and can Bud's punches actually make Canelo honest?
We done seen Canelo get hit with Mack trucks and not move. So
absolutely. So you're right. Like I'm with you, Belt. I think Canelo on paper should win, but when I saw them together, it really fucked my head up. If you would have seen it, like Bud was a bigger guy, and that made me. But you still can't take away the fact that he's fighting.
Yeah, but Canelo has always faced bigger guys, Marco.
This what I'm saying, Marco. This is what I think Canelo gonna do. I think Canelo is just gonna try to when he back him up. I feel like Canelo is just gonna try to catch him in between punches, time him, and it's only gonna take one of them big left hooks. It's only gonna take. I seen Mean Machine drop Bud.
No, he didn't drop him. He didn't drop him.
Oh man, that was a knockdown, bro.
I'll put the video up right now that I did.
He didn't knock him down. He pushed him.
That was a knockdown to me, bro.
I'll show you the. You want me to put up the video?
He staggered him and then he grabbed him and he fell.
He staggered him a little bit and then he with his shoulder he kind of shoulder checked him and that's why he fell. It wasn't the punch that dropped him. He did stagger him though for sure.
Marco,
what's up?
How's it going?
What's up, bro?
Can I ask y'all gentlemen, do y'all watch other sports?
Football.
I watch basketball.
So if you watch other sports, Bud Crawford has wanted this fight. He's a special type of athlete, the type of athlete that you see in other sports that when they want something, they go for it.
Yeah.
He wants this fight. He's been wanting this fight, and he sees it as the culmination of his career. Which is why he's going to beat Canelo and beat him easy. Canelo won't want this fight. Canelo don't want this fight. Bud wants to win. No, he doesn't want.
Canelo
hasn't
walking
looked
around
good
with
in
a
years.
free money shirt.
Canelo hasn't fought good in years. Look at the guys he fought. Canelo hasn't. Y'all talking like, oh, Canelo. When does Canelo look good? He fought Charlo. He's fought Munguia. He fought Barlanga.
I think.
Come on, man. You gotta watch the fights. He look good.
He was basic and
he look good, or the guys he's fighting ain't that good.
Is he serious right now?
When's the last time he looked good?
Hold on. I think that Bob has a point because Canelo did not want this fight. Remember, I mean, clearly didn't want it, and then the money, whatever, Turkey finally finagled.
Canelo didn't want it, because it was a lose-lose for him. You knock him out, They say it was too little. He beat you. Your career diminished.
Then why did he take the fight?
Because he
the
offered him
money.
150 million. I would have
Then
took
he
it
doesn't
too.
really
Small
want to
guy.
fight.
All right, I'll beat
So
him
he
up.
don't want it.
Then he doesn't really want to fight, does he?
I
Let's
wouldn't
be
have
real.
taken it. If I don't want it at that stage of my career, though, as much money as he's made, like I wouldn't. What? Come on, at a certain point,
He doesn't really want to fight.
If
We know it.
if I'm Canelo, Turkey knock out my door like I got a welterweight for you real quick, 150 million. I'm knocking him out. See him in a couple months.
Berlanga, Munguia, Charlo, Ryder,
These are all big
none of
guys.
those dudes was really good fighters, bro. None of them.
They're not good fighters. None of them dudes is good fighters. Come on, man.
It was all
C-level fighters. C-level fighters.
Well, look, no,
Munguia just got knocked out.
Charlo's not a C-level fighter, but he's smaller. So it was
Yeah,
a mismatch.
Charlo was an A-level
Charlo
fighter.
didn't even come to fight.
Right,
Charlo didn't even
that's
come
what
to
I'm trying
fight.
to say. It was a mismatch.
He didn't try to win not for 1 second.
It was
how crazy.
It was all mismatches.
Marco,
and look,
Marco,
what's up?
Charlo wanted that fight, right? But Charlo felt that pop, and it was like, oh
Charlo
shit.
never wanted that fight. He never wanted
when
to
he
fight.
felt that first heavy punch, Marco, he said, "Oh shit."
He was done. No, he was
before
done.
the
Yeah, he
fight,
was done.
Canelo
Bro,
said,
you got to think, bro. His fucking kids in the crowd, his mama, he not finna get KO'd in front of all them.
Y'all was talking
like,
the
fuck
Charlo.
that.
The Charlos ain't look good for years either. Y'all like the
Charlos, they
The
look good
Charlos
for
haven't
years.
looked
Is he serious?
years. When's the last time they look good?
Undisputed.
All they look good drinking alcohol. That's the only time they look good.
Undisputed.
Hey, hold on, look. Before the
Yeah,
fight,
undisputed
Canelo
at
said-
154.
Bro, let me say
let's
this,
talk.
bro.
Let's all talk. Let's talk at one time.
You're right.
Before
ahead.
the fight, Canelo said that Crawford can beat Charlo. Before he fought Charlo, he said Crawford the best at 47 to 54. And he wanted to fight Charlo, but he didn't want to fight Bud. So he knew that Bud is a better fighter than Charlo.
And that's an opinion too.
Charlo didn't come to win. Bud
Charlo would have gave Bud a run for his
I
money.
agree.
At 54.
Charlo did not come to win. He ran.
But Marco, that's after he felt the power.
And
maybe
ducked
you're
Bud.
right, but to me it looked like Charlo knew. He's like, yo, I still got my belts at 154. This is just money. Let me finish. And if I lose, I'm supposed to lose. So fuck it.
Yeah.
He said at least
And I think he did.
I'm gonna preserve my chin and my fucking brain.
His facilities. I totally agree with you. The first couple rounds he was exchanging with Canelo though.
He said
the first
at least
couple
I ain't get stopped
until he
after
caught
the
that
fight,
big hook.
right?
When he caught that big hook on the top of his head, he was done.
But look, that's the first thing he said when he lost. At least I ain't get stopped. That's all he wanted to do. He didn't come to win.
Absolutely.
And how you know Bud ain't gonna say the same thing?
Bud, that's not Bud.
Bud ain't the Charlos. He got
Bud's
more
ego.
character than them two drunks and drug addicts.
Bro, only one of them was an alcoholic, bro.
They both.
Just the younger one is no, the older one. Excuse me.
Yeah, Bud coming to win for
What's
sure,
up,
bro.
What's
Yo,
up? Vlogs.
Marco.
Hold on. Let's let everybody talk. Vlogs. What do you want to say?
You know what's crazy though? Canelo used to be at 154. Charlo started his career at 154, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, was he always a weight bully? And he's way bigger. He was way taller than Canelo. So,
well, they didn't want to fight because he didn't want to fight in the same division as his brother. That's why one did 54, the other one did 60.
And he was never. Crazy. Charlo was never a weight bully.
Nah, it's only fucking 6 pounds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Big Charlo looked naturally bigger than his brother too.
He is tall, which I didn't think was a thing with twins. I thought twins were he's like an inch or two taller.
Yep.
With identical twins, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yep, that happens a lot.
Don't ever think Bud gonna run in the fight. He coming to win, bro.
That's what I was gonna say. If Bud feels that power, I don't think he has it in him to do a Charlo or to
do so I mean, what you gonna do? Just get knocked out? I mean, that's cool too.
I don't know what he's gonna do. I think.
Why are we talking about? When's Canelo been showing power? What are we talking about here?
Is he saying when Canelo showing power?
Yes, when does he show power? Why ain't he not?
He's not a knockout.
When's the last time he had a knockout? Like you gotta do. When's the last knockout?
I can tell he done put everybody down. He done fought though.
When's the last knockout?
He's done put everybody down though.
It don't matter.
Yeah. He hasn't knocked anybody out. He hasn't knocked. The power is slipping. Everything's slipping with Canelo. Everything's going down.
I would say his stamina maybe. Because he ain't.
Look, but
again,
how come Munguia got knocked out and Canelo couldn't knock him out?
Guys,
some dude
when he fought Berlanga, that dude was clearly 30 pounds heavier, so it was very hard to knock him
He
out.
was 193.
And when he fought Charlo was running, so he couldn't catch him. But now he's fighting somebody who's naturally hit smaller than him.
What about Munguia, though?
Hold on. And is going to stand in front of him.
And then you
What
talking
about
about
Munguia?
What about Munguia? What about
He got knocked out.
he carried Munguia.
Nah, he didn't.
Oh, now we got to see. Now he carried him.
He got an excuse for why Canelo
Now he carried him.
fighters out.
Come on.
He beat the shit out of Munguia though.
Yeah.
Why did he knock him out? Because he couldn't.
He couldn't. No.
He couldn't knock him out.
Okay, is Munguia isn't Munguia way bigger than Bud?
Yes.
It don't matter. Charlo, look, y'all gonna make an excuse and say Charlo ran.
Canelo is fighting at 168, bro. And he's smaller than the weight class,
But look,
bro.
this
There's
all I
no
wanna
one
tell
fighter
you.
he fought at that weight class that he was bigger than.
When Bud win, don't make no excuses talking about Canelo old, Canelo wise. I don't want to hear none of that, bro. Just give Bud.
I think Canelo is slipping a little bit, but I think they both
you gotta
are.
give him props. You gotta if
You
Canelo,
gotta give him his props. I
Bud
don't wanna
wins,
hit him
Marco, I'm going to give him all the props in the world. I think both fighters have slipped a little bit. You can obviously tell Canelo doesn't have the same type of stamina he had.
He's a little. I mean,
He
look,
been in-
but here's the thing: they're both around the same age. Matter of fact,
But Canelo have been in way more wars. He's 70 fights in?
Well, he turned pro at 15. So yeah.
Look,
we
hold
know.
on. Let me tell
Marco, you
something
know
about
boxing
that,
well
bro.
enough to know age don't matter in boxing.
Listen,
Go
hold
ahead,
on.
Bud.
But Canelo got 26 more fights than Bud, right?
Mhm.
But on his 20th fight, he fought a dude that was 5, 17, and 2. So he didn't start fighting competition until his 21st fight. So he really only got 6 more fights than Bud.
But that's still mileage, though.
He's been in more wars, though.
That's still mileage. It
Bro,
doesn't matter.
Yeah, but
Canelo has fought 11 times since COVID, bro. How many times has Bud fought since COVID?
Listen, all right, cool. When Bud wins,
Answer the
give him his
question.
props. I don't want to hear them Errol Spence excuses.
Like we
bro.
talking about a guy. Bud fought one time a year in the last 6 years, bro.
No, he didn't. No,
What's
he
that have to do with who's going to win the fight? What does that have to do with who's going to win the fight?
Name,
I was gonna say,
bro, he
what does
only
that do
fought
with who gonna win
one
the fight?
time that year when he fought David Andanesian.
He fought David.
What does that have to do with who's going to win the fight? Who cares?
And he fought Spence in July. So that's twice.
2 different years, dude.
It don't
What does that have
matter.
to do with who's going to win the fight? He only fought one time a year. What's that have to do with?
What I'm saying is Canelo do have a lot more mileage. He fights way more often.
That's true.
Yep.
It's cool. Look,
Listen,
bro,
fellas, I'm gonna have to wrap this up. Although this was dope, I hate to have to go.
Oh, Marco, I just got Marco. Before you go,
what's up?
When Canelo fought Skull, did you see a hungry fighter? That's all I went. That was a hungry fighter in there.
No. But maybe he was annoyed because he had to fight him before the Bud fight. He was like, I got to.
Maybe he's getting paid too much money and he ain't got it anymore. I watched other sports. Canelo ain't got it.
Bob, you're on fire tonight.
Marcos, remember we used to have all these conversations about.
I'm black just like y'all guys, bro. I know why some people going for Crawford, bro. I'm just a realist in boxing.
No, bro, you just know the facts. That's it.
Yeah, I'm just a realist, bro.
Hey, Marco.
All right, guys.
We'll pick this up another day, but
all right,
Canelo ain't look good in years. Canelo hasn't looked good in years.
One more
I
comment.
got one last question.
What's up?
Can you ask Bob who's Crawford's last 5 fights were?
Why?
He don't know.
Who Crawford?
Can you
What?
ask him?
You could ask him. He hears you.
Hey, Bob.
Who his last 5 fights? The only fights I'm worried about is he whooped Errol Spence.
I told you, bro. He one of them
when
guys.
He was motivated, he whooped Errol Spence.
He's one of them guys.
He took a
bro.
fight at 154 pounds because he had to stay busy.
You don't even know his last 5 fights, man.
Yeah,
what does it matter?
Look, it's Majamov, Errol Spence, Sean Porter, Avanesian.
What does that matter? It doesn't matter at all. Y'all bringing up meaningless facts. Who cares? When he was motivated, what did he do to Errol
If a
Spence?
guy asks you your favorite fighter last 5 fights and you don't know it, bro,
I just named them.
Listen,
I'm not talking to you, bro. I'm talking about
whether you know or don't. It doesn't matter. None of them fights matter with the fight that's coming up. Y'all talking nonsense. None of that matters. All that matters is he wants to beat Canelo. He's motivated to beat Canelo, and he's gonna whoop Canelo. Nothing else matters.
All right, Marco.
Yo, let me say something though. Bob is on. I've never seen Bob this fucking heated up. Good for you, Bob.
Bob talking out his ass tonight, man.
I'll rock with Bob.
All right, I'll see y'all.
I'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Yep.
All right, guys.